Good evening and welcome, PLW Nation. It is a Thursday night and we got a mega matchup for you. We have the 12-12 Night Owls versus the 8-16 Snappers. Let me tell you a little bit about the Night Owls. I'm surprised they're even 12-12 with them putting together a mishmash, a group of guys. Hardly ever have a full squad that they've needed to have a better record. And then they go over to the Snapper side, 8-16. Taylor Briner comes back, cast off, he's ready to go, but they do lose Shane Weber. He underwent the knife surgery. We wish him well. The Night Owls have an incoming star tonight, James Stein. And when James Stein enters Hideaway Field, you know what it's like. He is a superstar. He adds energy to the Night Owls, and expect big things from this team because of James Stein. I want to welcome everyone. Hideaway Field, my name's Trent Picone. I'm here with my main man, Chad Sparkle Phillips. How you doing tonight?
Great. What's going on, PLW Nation? Happy to be here again tonight. My first back-to-back of the season.
Okay. Are you feeling well-rested?
Oh, man, I didn't sleep at all after last night's games, man. That was just wild. The chats were going crazy all day today. And we're looking for another good one tonight. But, you know, Trench, I'm not seeing a good one here tonight.
Why is that, Chad?
I just see this Night Owl squad ready to go here tonight. They got AJ and Mayo on the bench. That's how good they think their lineup is here tonight. Snappers dealing with life after Weber here as he's 2 weeks removed.
Life after Weber. That should be a little Netflix docu-series.
Here it is. We got Giordano for the Night Owls leading off. We got James Stein in town here tonight. He needs to make 7 series to be playoff eligible. This is only his second of the season. Look for a lot of him going forward this season. Nick DeVille, the manager, has got some help in the 3-hole tonight. Barry Hutter, 4th. MLB ex-player Josh Towers batting 5th. And then Matty Levine pulling up the 6th spot. He bats all over that lineup. See 4 subs down there. Kuther, as I mentioned, Mayo and Petrovsky, 2 enormous bench bats. And then they got Jason Walker ready probably to start one of the games.
Yeah, the one thing I'm going to disagree with you, I know you say you think it's going to be looking ugly for the Snappers, but they're still going to have to get past Taylor Briner, our 3-time MVP. He is an ace on the mound. He has an arsenal full of pitches. If he could do what he does, watch out for a Game 1 victory from the Snappers.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. This is the game the Snappers really have to go get right now. Get one under their belt, because if this Night Owls offense gets rolling at all, it's going to be a tough night. I don't see the Snappers scoring more than 9 runs tonight in any manner.
It was you just said 5.
I did say
20
5.
minutes ago.
5 to 9. Okay, 4 to 9. That's how many runs they're going to score tonight. So
that's a big difference, Chad.
It's not. They're going to score 2 or 3 runs a game, buddy. That's where I'm at tonight.
I think what needs to happen is they got to get to Taylor, not just by hits, but they have to be patient in the box. If they could get a couple walks out of Taylor early, that's when I believe that the Snappers are going to be in trouble. So we're going to let them finish up, warming up, and you're going to see former Viper Cody Giordano up to bat. I can't seem to sound out his name very well.
Giordano.
Got 2 minutes.
Taylor.
Tomato.
Couple things about Taylor here. He's still a little bit hurt. He's got the cast off about 15 days ago now, and it's definitely been an issue the last 2 series. He's shaking it all the time, taking forever to get in the batter's box. It's not 100% for sure. Maybe this week it's a little better than it was last week, hopefully. And the other thing about Taylor is he has been more prone to the walkout this season because he's changed his arm angle up a little bit. He used to come from one arm angle and was the most consistent dart thrower in this league, and now all of a sudden he's losing a little 3/4. He's gone submarine. He's been a little more inaccurate, and the Night Owls do need to exert some patience against him tonight.
Let's look at that defensive alignment. We got Greg Kelly on 3rd, Jesse Capps rocking shortstop, Brandon Gregg left field, David Harley, the defensive specialist, in right. And who? I don't know that guy. Who's on 2nd? That's Manny Santiago. He's laughing. He's a stud out there. He's been having a little bit of a subpar performance offensively. Look for him to break out tonight for the Snappers. And I'm going to give the thumbs up. We are ready to go. And you can hear from Kyle Lohman, play ball. There's Manny. During COVID, I guess he dropped 20. pounds, but it looks like he recently has found it. Here's Cody.
Base landed in the air, in the outfield, already a base hit.
Goes right side immediately, wishing those 20 were gone. Might have caught that as the man comes from Utah, 2.5-hour drive. James Stein, you could check out his podcast, Shut Up Stein. And I told you many years ago, if I could be molded into one player, it's James Stein and AK-47 combined as one.
Whoa. Sounds dangerous. Stein very patient at the plate. Does not offer at balls. You got to come to him. Hits the ball hard.
Yeah, not a power hitter. Watch for those gap alleys. But he immediately proves me wrong. He's ready to come and play tonight. 2-0 Night Owls against Taylor Briner. He's excited to play.
2 batters, 2 runs. This could be a tough night for the Snappers here. Night Owls look locked and loaded tonight. No Dalby. That's all they're missing tonight here.
How many home runs does Stein have career?
I do not have that information.
Somebody does. And here we go. Nick Davella putting together a spectacular season, really showing his players what owner-manager player is all about. Maybe one day you'll be as good as that.
Maybe.
Good pitch by Taylor Briner, right in there at 53. Almost 200 viewers early in this one. Taylor on the move.
Just foul. You see that cheap line out there? The ball has to be inside that cheap line. The cheap line plays exactly like the first base and the third base lines. You could see it landed just fair, but by the time Taylor got his hands around it, it had kind of spun back a hop, and it was a foot foul.
Look at this, 250,000 wiffle ball points on the Night Owls as Davila goes down swinging. Barry Hutter up to bat right now.
Good 12-6 by Taylor there. Gets that strike. Start with 1 strike here in Premier League Wiffle. Makes the count 0-2. Goes the other way. Manny goes over, fields, bobbles, kicks, picks it up, and in time. 4-4-4, 4-4-7, 4-4-7, 4-4-4.
Wow, that's what happens when you have 3 of the best umpires on stopwatches tonight.
Very strong crew here tonight. Kyle Lohman, Brad Ogden, and Cody Runnels. 3 umpires here.
I feel like Cody's really stepping up his game as a stopwatch guy, making sure his times are accurate with the other 2.
I agree.
And Josh Towers, just like that, goes to the right side. And when he gets locked in, man, he has a pure swing. Remember, he was drafted the #1 draft pick for the Night Owls.
Yeah, it's time to just let him go, and he's had enough weeks now, and it's just time to unleash him and see what he can do out here. Josh should get to the mound tonight, I think.
Yeah, this is the first season that I've really seen Taylor Briner kind of get roughed up early in games, and he has to settle down. This is kind of a series that Taylor Briner and the Snappers, they have to deliver right here. They really need a series win to get out of that bottom, the cellar of the standings in PLW.
Yeah, the Snappers getting 1 win tonight. They should be pretty happy with that. If they can win this series, they should be ecstatic.
I'm reading in the chat. I'm surprised Manny didn't say ball game when he threw that ball and turf it. If you've been around for a while, you'll know what I mean.
There's no wind at all tonight.
Yeah,
Right now.
conditions out here are really calm tonight. Should play pretty true out here. Ball should carry a little bit for sure.
Yeah. Last week, Billy Osgood, first pitch against Taylor, home run. We lost that game 1-0. And then Billy threw like a 2-hitter or something like that. Couldn't produce any runs for him, but what a good piece of hitting, Taylor Briner, as he keeps getting stronger, Chad.
He does. We'll see how that arm is feeling tonight. We got Brandon Mayo, throws one of the heavier balls in this league. I'm not sure that Could have an effect on Taylor. I mean, he swings so hard. Brandon throws it heavy. Several arm angles from Brandon. Been top pitcher. Brandon needs 3 innings pitched for 300 in his career. And guess who the only person with 300 innings in their career is?
No.
Taylor Briner. We got the
the
Briner-Mayo matchup here. The two
Wow.
top innings pitched in PLW history.
Almost 600 combined,
Well,
Chad.
definitely more. I think Taylor's got like 340 or 330, and Mayo's got 297.
These guys are workhorses, man.
Brandon pitched in his 100th game last week, and 4 players have 100-plus games all time. I don't have those 4 players. I'm sure Taylor's one of them, though.
Tannic. Probably Gannon.
I probably have
you're probably
100
close.
games pitched. I have a lot of short outings, so it's possible that
I wonder if it's Fernandez, Alex Fernandez.
Alex definitely does, absolutely.
Here he is, Taylor Briner.
I might only have 90.
And they're going to try to ride the energy of Brandon Mayo. He is an energy guy. If he's feeling it, the whole team is. And that might go opposite field. Joe right there into the sun. Looked like it was going to carry just a little bit further, but out number 1. And when you could get Taylor out early, that's a win as Ryan Murphy. Up to the 2 slot, Chad. What do you think about that move?
We haven't seen any power out of this guy yet, so I don't necessarily like it. Is J-Dub not here tonight right now? That's who we're missing, huh? Jonathan Wilson, no?
No, he's right there.
Oh, all right. Okay.
You can't miss that guy.
Yeah, I would have maybe bumped him up in the lineup. He's been struggling a little bit. This entire Snappers lineup is struggling. Pretty difficult to make a lineup. The beginning of the season when my team was struggling, it was really blended on who's supposed to hit where. It's some of these teams that you look at them, like your team, for example, and it's very clear where the lineup needs to be. And, Brad has that pretty spot on.
Ball goes in the dirt. It's going to even up the count 2-2. The one highlight of the Snappers is David Harley Jr. His bat's really coming alive lately. It's been a spark for the Snappers. There should be an easy play for Cody.
Well, Harley's been very hot and cold, Trench. And, he had a good series 2 series ago, but last week I think he might have got the collar. He might have had a hit, but the whole night that whole lineup struggled last week. So this bottom of the Snappers lineup has not been able to turn that lineup over for the last month, and it's been a big problem. Their runs are way down right now.
And here is J-Dub. Jonathan Wilson, the lefty, wears a garden glove as a batting glove. If he does get a hit here, he should thank me, as he left his garden glove here last week. I picked it up and put it in a special place for him so he'd have it tonight. Instead, he's just going to look at a 55-mile-an-hour down the pipe.
I don't know about down the pipe. That was a really nice drop by Brandon. It looked kind of like it was going to be up, and it just had some nice topspin on it, or backspin, whatever you want to call it, and just dropped right in there. 60 there, it looks like. A little hot 55 and under to get called strikes here in Premier League Wiffle. Brandon's been throwing a lot of complete games over the past month and very few walks. 2 walks in Premier League Wiffle, and you are out for that game. Jonathan fighting off several pitches here.
Goes to the right side. Should be an easy play.
Yep. Stays fair.
Look at Joe. 2 out of 3 right there. And the Snappers get nothing going as we are going to go into the top of the second, brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you're buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. You can connect with Leilani on Instagram right there. Look at that smile. She loves PLW. She loves wiffle ball. I know her and her man, Nick Davila, the owner of the Owls. They were in Vancouver, I think, watching a Golden Knights. What are they called?
They went from Cancun to Vancouver, though. Don't forget that.
Yeah, they watched the Golden Knights hockey team. What are they called?
Vegas Golden
Golden Knights.
Oh,
I've only been to one game.
all right. Well,
Tickets are like $250.
you don't think one game is enough to know the name of the team and the city you live in?
Anyhow, go to the game with Leilani. She's awesome. If you're buying or selling a home, make sure you connect with her.
Yeah, if you're buying her tickets, I'm sure she'd go to the game.
Look at the Dragon Lady. She's showing up. I know. Listen, I can't hit a home run every time.
Especially if you don't get any at-bats.
I know I'm only 2 RBIs away from 100. And there's how many people have 100 RBIs? Like 10 or something like that.
100 career RBIs. 10 players have 100 career RBIs.
I could be one of them.
Brandon Mayo has 97. He's not in the starting lineup here, though, so he's not going to be able to get them as of right this minute.
He'll get his, though.
Taylor Briner has 194 career RBIs.
Whatever.
Only Adam Tanek has 200.
Little outside 1 and 2 count. Briner devastating when he's up in the count against batters as DGGA. Thank you for the subscription. Welcome to PLW Nation as it evens up the count 2-2. Owls up 2-0. Top of the second. Deuce is wild. Joker here be a payout.
Good pitch moving away from Cody, and ball outside his bat. It found the outside corner, and he could not do anything with it.
And here he is, James Stein. The last time he grabbed a bat, he put one over the container, and he might be feeling it. Bradley K, that's right. As we're approaching 300 viewers. Not a lot of love on the snappers tonight, Chad. Only 100,000 points. That's going to be 59. Stein understands speed control. Mondo, welcome.
Rolls one over, caps with an easy play and flip. 2 quick outs. Here is Nick DeVella.
Where are you said it last week, where are the snappers going to generate their offense from? 2 or 3 runs might be the difference for this game as Manny makes a little flare-out catch over on the right side. What do you think about that, Chad?
I don't see them generating any runs, Trench. I don't want to be too harsh, but I don't see them stringing hits together against Mayo and Stein, who are going to eat up. One of those 2 guys will be on the mound every pertinent inning this series, except for when Walker starts game 3. I'm sure Walker will have a short leash with those 2 guys here, and it's going to be really tough to generate any offense.
I mean, and when we say short leash, that dude might go a complete game as well.
Of course he might. He might. Absolutely might. Walker's totally capable of it, but my point being is that if he gets in any trouble, and they'll just put one of these 2 studs back on the mound, and Walker's Walker's a very smart player out there, very cerebral. He understands how good his 2 aces are on this team, and he's going to give them the nod if he feels like that they have a better chance to mow down the snappers. And I do not see the snappers hitting Mayo here. I'd like to see them prove me wrong.
Here's Manny Santillanes. And we got a little poll up. Who is the best pitcher this series? And it looks like TB7 up early. And Mike goes to the left side, or Santillanes goes left side, and that's kind of what they need. That was a good piece of hitting, a lot of power as he's going down to first base.
I don't think that's a hands play for Cody down there.
Yeah, you gotta body that.
Yeah, you gotta get another step and let that go off your gut or your hip or your thighs, and then pick it up and make the throw.
You can just say chest to eliminate 4 different words for that.
That's a good point, Trench. Feeling a little wordy tonight.
Here's David Harley. Like I said, I feel like he's going to do something this series.
Mayo always picking at corners and outside of bars. He's never trying to throw anything near the middle of the plate.
A lot of spin on that one. Goes foul. Always wearing the sunglasses, too. I guess when he was in the hospital with his wife, when his wife was giving birth, he was wearing sunglasses for that, too.
Oh.
There's Harley, and that's going to move Manny to second base. Good piece by David Harley Jr. as Brandon Gray gets up. No outs here. They're going to need to try to turn 2.
You got to be careful as the hitter here not to roll an easy ground ball to the left side, because that toss to third, throw to second is a very easy double play to turn.
Oh, no. Might have time.
I lost it. I'm late. What do you got, Cody? No, it hit the fence. It's still in play. Not out of play. Didn't go past the line.
They got lucky that it didn't go in between. I thought it was going in between that little gap right there.
Yeah, we don't have a very good angle on that gap. It was late at second base, so he knocked it down. It hit the fence, stayed in play, touched third, threw to second late, get the force out at third, and that's all they got there. I guess that was a legal foot used there. Could have been questioned whether his kick was legal, but he was defending and reacting to a line drive, so it is legal in that spot. He didn't kick the ball.
Taylor just barely missed an opposite field home run last at bat. If he could connect on this one, expect a run to come through.
This weather tonight is pretty run-scoring friendly. I think we could see a few more runs out here tonight. More.
I can't with you. 1 minute it's 4 to 5, then it's 9, then it's a 15-14 game. You got to make up your mind at some point, Chad, and you got to stick with it.
Okay, I'll consider that.
No, there's no considering. You go all in with it.
All right, here's Ryan Murphy. Let's see if he can get a run home. The Snappers really need to get on the board.
Great pitch by Mayo right there. And when he's up in the count, he's going to work with you and get you swinging on something silly possibly. Over 300 viewers now joining us for game number 1. Remember, we play 3 games a night.
Sometimes I think he talks to hear his head.
Is there a microphone? Oh.
It looked hot, and it's 57. Mayo wanted it, obviously. It would have got him out of this jam, but now he's facing a full count, and he's got to get back into it.
Yeah, if I'm Mayo, I'm just going to throw a nasty 12-6 and then walk to the dugout and go to the next inning.
58.
Looked hot again. He's definitely throwing a little hard tonight. The weather is reading the gun tonight, it feels.
It starts to happen as the weather changes a tiny bit.
And that's why I'm changing my kind of run prediction as I'm seeing these Mayo pitches coming in. It feels like, as the weather was colder, that his pitches were reading in the low 50s, but now all of a sudden tonight, it looks like he's having trouble with that number.
Yeah, I'm surprised of his pitch selection right there. I probably would have done a 12-6.
Nice. There it is. There it is. Watch that.
I hear it too. Wow, great pitch by Mayo. 61 on the outside. And Garden Glove, J-Dub goes after it. Swing and a miss. The Snappers were threatening, but come up with a donut as we go into the top of the third. Is that, yeah. Hold on 1 second. Kyle.
I got a trench. Trench is good.
Okay. Have a little microphone issue as we have a mic that picks up all the ambient sounds, but right now it's kind of getting in the commentator's ears a little too much. And we're not having that as J-Dub looks like he's going to the mound. Why do you think they're making a switch right here already, Chad?
I told you why at the beginning, actually. I didn't actually say it all the way out, but it's the Snappers want to win 1 game tonight. And they're going to have to do it 1-0. They've had to win 1-0, I think, 4 times this season. And they're already considering that possibility. So they're already down. Taylor gets 9 innings in a night. Didn't get this game. Put J-Dub out there. Try him the next game. Try again the third game.
Yeah, they have, a position here where J-Dub can complete the game, and the Owls might only score 2. So the Snappers are, I guess what you're saying is back up, your good pitching, only give up 2, and then try to win this game 3-2.
I'm kind of saying that they're already giving up.
No. The word give up isn't in Taylor Briner's vocabulary.
They're going to try hard to win game 2 now.
There you go.
They're going to use Taylor. That's what I said already. They're going to try to win game 2 now and say Taylor's got 7 innings left in the night. He threw 2. They're going to take another stab next game. If they can get some runs, look for him to come right back in.
Yeah, speaking of runs, watch out for Josh Towers waiting on a pitch and going left side to the container. Instead, long fly ball to the right, but David Harley Jr. The ball kind of got caught up in a little bit of tier two breeze right there, as Maddie Levine is going to step into the box right now.
I'll address a couple of things in the chat here. First of all, we start 0-1, not 1-1. And also, yes, Mayo and Stein can pitch game 3, but they need a different starter. You must have 3 different starters over the course of the night. So that starter could just throw to 3 batters minimum, and then they could pull him and go right to Stein and Mayo.
Good pitch by J-Dub outside corner. He's got that big slurve, one of the bigger ones in the PLW. Him and Billy Osgood both have really nasty stuff. And that's what it does to you right there.
Good pitch there. Wilson kind of the same type of Billy Osgood last night where he has 6 sliders, all the same grip with just different arm angles and different speeds, and he mixes them up well.
And here's Cody Giordano. Back-to-back pitches by J-Dub. Same results.
I do want to state that I really do like the pitching change a lot.
As long as you're okay with it, Chad.
I like it. Very good thinking outside the box. Let's get a new arm out there, spread our innings out so we can use all of our guys all night long if we need to. Plus, it changes the batter's look. And Wilson and Taylor are very different pitchers. You know, you coming up for the 4th time in a game, you're like, oh, I got this guy. And then all of a sudden you look and you got somebody totally different out there throwing completely different pitches, and now you got to get used to another pitcher.
2-2 count. Runner on first. Now it's going to load, fill up the count. J-Dub's going to try to hit the pan here. Might see a semi-cookie coming in. That's going to be a walk. Runners on first and second. Now J-Dub and the Snappers, they're in real trouble because if J-Dub goes down, they're definitely not going to go back to Taylor. Somebody else I don't even know if they go to Brandon Gregg right there and waste innings. What do you think?
Oh, they have to. They don't have 4 pitchers. They only have these 3 pitchers. Jesse Capps is their 4th pitcher. They've shown no faith in him. They don't really want to put him on the mound. They're going to try and get the night done with 3 guys. Manny can maybe throw a little bit, but we've seen that a couple too many times, I think, already.
2-1 count. Inside, it's going to be 3-1, and J-Dub in trouble.
Yeah, they might have. The bases loaded with 2 outs. I guess they go to Brandon Gregg. Good pitch by J-Dub. Just finds that outside bar, fills the count. Let's see what he comes back with now. Ball 4 is what he comes back with. Bases loaded, and here comes Gregg.
Oh, man. It looks like Taylor. Yeah, he's going to go.
Nope, Taylor's going to do it himself. So, now I don't think I like this very much. All the thought process that they've had, now they're just scrapping it all, and they're going right back to him.
Oh, no.
Remember, 1 pitch in an inning counts as an inning for the pitcher, so.
Well, he's putting his faith in his offense right here is what he's telling me. Get out of the inning. The Owls only have scored 2. Let me see what the next inning does. If we score 1 or 2, maybe I'll stay in the game, try to squeak one out, get the game 1 win. I won't have as many innings for game 2 or 3, but at least we got the win.
You know what that all says to me?
What?
Life after Weber.
Davila, known to come up clutch in really big spots. Put a lot of power into that swing. Goes down 0-2. Good eye by Davila right there. A 5-6 hole. Very large. But GK right there. He's going to step on 3. And the inning is over. And Taylor came in, did exactly what he thought he was going to do, but now the Snappers have to back him up.
They do, and I look for, if the Snappers don't get any runs, look for them to go to Brandon Gregg in the 4th inning.
Yeah.
To continue what they were trying to do to save Taylor for next game. He still has 6 innings left, which is enough to get through next game if need be.
I want to welcome all 321 viewers on Twitch. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm Trent Picone. This is Chad Sparkle Phillips. Stein just airmailed one. Speaking of good pitching performances, I got to give a shout out to Casey Taravella last night. He was on fire, man. I think he had 9 or 10 strikeouts.
13, buddy, 13.
In that game, he had 13.
And then he had 5 in his 3 innings in game number 3. Yeah, he was a monster last night. Looking to get into that strikeout lead, which Max Fernandez and Jake Purdy have kind of separated themselves. And Casey, I believe, is in 3rd in that race. I think he closed the gap a little bit.
Yeah, Gannon in there as well.
Yes, sir.
As Manny. As Manny comes to the plate, and he goes to the left side, but that goes foul, 0-2 count. You know, tonight was my night off, Chad. And I'm just filling in. And there's Dobbs right there. He went yard by an inch. Won the game. Stein with a good play right there. And, of course, immediately Dobbs, right after the game, has to clip his production and the ones Instagram and TikTok. Got to show his little home runs that he does. His little fan base of 5 or 6 people. Here's David Harley Jr.
Hit a hard one into the left center gap in his first at bat. That looked like a very hittable pitch there, Trench. I think he's going to be regretting not taking a shot at that one. It's unlikely any of the next 3 will be as hittable.
Looks like the TikTok cam, it doesn't need to be clean. It's just the iris of it, for some reason, when the sun is going down, won't open or close, or some technical thing that I don't even know what it's doing, but it doesn't need to be clean.
Okay. Harley hits it hard. And
that might
deep,
go.
And it is
a triple. Oh, man. I told you, watch out for David Harley this game. He's been really putting in work in the batter's box, and it is paying off. Triple by David Harley. Right now, he's leading the Snappers in average.
Oh, he is. He is. I think I saw that. You're right. He's been getting hot. He started off pretty slow this season, and he's getting better. He did have a tough week last week. He's bouncing back already.
Giving Dobbs a hard time. After he hits a home run, he always walks back to the dugout like some Boys in the Hood stuff. But he ain't hard.
No?
No. Brandon. Oh, that ball had a lot of curve on it, and Stein goes to the backstop in time. 2 outs. They really need to get David Harley across home plate here, Chad.
Stein taking the maximum amount of steps he's allowed out there. He did a perfect step and a crow hop and fired it home.
I got to be honest. I'm ready to put to bed this steps and crow hop. Just grab the ball and throw it. Like, how much closer do you need to get to the backstop?
That's the point.
I don't care. What do we got here? You reading that?
I don't know. I guess I am. Is that better? I think the mic turned off on me.
I kind of liked when the mic was further off you, so we don't have to hear you as much. Here's Taylor Briner. That right side is open. They're trying to prevent a double right here. What do you think about this play?
Yeah, Taylor doesn't hit many ground balls in the infield, so it's almost not even worth having infielders for him sometimes.
He's a smart player, though. A lot of spin on that. Stein's going to have to make a play. He throws it, gives a little oomph to that 120-pound backpack. Good inning for the Owls after giving up a triple
Those were two really good plays by Stein. Both of those balls were bouncing and moving to his left and right. We've seen most shortstops in this league, honestly, not make plays on those. And even one last night, Trench got by you, was the same type of ball. I don't think you realized it, but it started out to the left, and you got in good position, and all of a sudden it jumped over your right side. And it's tricky. It's tricky to cover a lot of ground out there with your body and knock them down in the right spot.
Nothing irks me more, obviously, than when I make an error. But that was costly because a couple plays later, the wiffle ball gods woke up, and Taravella had a play that he could have made out there, which 99 out of 100 times he makes that error. Of course, they win the game by a couple right there. That could have been the difference maker. So being a stellar on defense is key.
I mentioned this last night, and I used to think it was 5 to 10% of the game out here having good defenders, but it's way more than that. There comes a time when outs are very difficult to come by, and when you don't get the ones that are available to you, these games can get very long.
Well, what happened was in seasons 1 and 2, defense, sure. But now you need lockdown defense. It was more offense 1 and 2 because pitchers weren't as good and hitters were hitting the ball out more or whatnot. But now you need lockdown defenders. That's why Greg Kelly's on third, Jesse Capps playing short, Harley in right center. Those are like position players.
Let's do a little quiz for the viewers here. How many career PLW players have 30 career doubles? Manny makes the easy play on the Hutter rollover.
30 career doubles?
30 career doubles. How many PLW players? And we're about game number 145 career. That's the maximum amount of games you could have if you've played every game all 4 seasons. There's only probably, I don't know if there's anybody that's done that, actually. I bet you there's not. Weber was on that list. Taylor Briner actually might have made every single game for the Snappers for 4 seasons now.
Here's Josh Towers.
I'll have to get that trivia going next time. How many PLW players have played in every game for 4 seasons? That's impressive.
Got it.
Yeah, we got a couple of winners here. Lucky 13. That was the answer last night for both trivia questions. And now tonight, 13 players have 30 doubles. Barry Hutter, 28.
I think I have like 6.
Probably more than me.
Good pitch by Brandon Gregg. He's nasty, man.
Very nasty. He's had the bugaboo of the not throwing strikes out there very often, but he's been improving all season. He had a 5 1/3 last week, and got the Snappers their only win in a 1-0 game.
Yeah, against the Legends. Pitched a doozy.
Yep, Mayo has just thrown his 300th inning pitched. Mayo just got there after finishing the 3rd inning, so congratulations to Brandon for being the 11th career player with 100 career innings pitched.
No, 300 innings pitched.
Yeah. 300 innings pitched, sorry. Looking at RBIs, so I got a lot of info here in front of me.
That's a lot of innings as the count's going to go to 3-1.
Let me rephrase that. Brandon Mayo, the 2nd player ever to throw 300 innings in PLW. Just Taylor Briner and Brandon Mayo, the 2 starters from this game.
Big walk by Brandon Gregg. As Cody once again will get up 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
This brings up another problem for the Snappers, because now if Brandon Gregg walks out, the only real pitcher they have left is Taylor Briner, and they don't want to have to go back to him again. They keep trying to avoid eating up his innings, and Brandon does a good job getting the 3rd out there.
We're going to go into the bottom of the 4th. The Snappers down 2. They have to strike. Speaking of Snappers, Chad, I saw that you raised some tortoises. Is this true?
It's quite true.
How many do you have?
I have 3.
She don't care.
There they are. What is that?
That is a Russian tortoise.
In Las Vegas?
She is the sweetest creature I've ever met. 17 years old.
Vegan AF right there.
And her little 9-year-old buddy.
Is that a blueberry?
It is a blueberry.
They love blueberries. I love when they eat tomatoes, too, and their mouths are just all red and gushy.
She is the sweetest creature I've ever met. Having about 12 years now.
I love those little tortoise. I've saved a couple out here as well when I was with the Tortoise Rescue, and when they do a lot of development out here, you have to call and make sure that there's not any tortoises or out there.
Yeah.
And there they are. That's when they were little babies, a little over 11 years ago. And they've been playing wiffle ball for quite some time. They've been some of our favorite fans.
Murphy leading off the fourth with a big swing. Snappers working with 9 outs here. Need to get something going quickly.
Do they have names, Chad?
Prissy and Booger. You can see that little Booger. He just does that all the time. He just lives attached to something.
1-2 count. As Chad mentioned early, Mayo with 300 innings pitched here. Going into season, we're almost, close to halfway through the season.
We'll be halfway through the season after Friday night. Yeah, each team will have played 9 of their 18 series after this week is over. Tomorrow night we have one more series, Cajuns against
Vaders. Big one.
They're all big, Trench.
They are. Just some matchups are just a little bit bigger than others.
You are correct about that. You see Murphy fight off a couple of pitches there, but Mayo too much in the end strikes him out. And here comes Jonathan Wilson, seeing if he can get something going.
We have the best stream team. I got to tell you. They had some fun to this. And J-Dub taking a hack at that one, goes down 0-2. Chad, what do you think's the better nickname? Sparkles, which is your nickname, or Booger, your tortoise's nickname?
Well, that poll is no good because it's not his nickname, so that's a useless poll right there.
Oh, firing back to the dungeon guys who are emitting that misty stuff every time they opened that door down there. Sometimes I get that secondhand essential oil mist from them. I love it.
Good take there, Wilson. Got to be patient against Mayo. He does like to live in the high 50s when he gets up in the count.
Did you name him after the person in Revenge of the Nerds?
No. I actually swings and miss at a little screwball away, maybe. Really good pitch. Second out of the inning. No, I didn't name him for almost 3 months, actually. I couldn't decide what to name him, and then it was pretty clear what his name needed to be after a few months.
Here's Manny Santillanes up to bat right now. It's Mayo. Throws 59 outside, a little hot. Here in the PLW, we are a 55 mile an hour and under league. I am Jake, MVP of the chat. Currently,
Manny known to offer hot pitches here. Mayo very aware of that, so he's definitely going to be at the top of his speed range here against Manny, seeing if he can get a chase. You can see that 66 mile an hour fastball as predicted, and Manny goes down swinging for the third out. Mayo mowing him down.
Yeah, he's feeling it after giving up an early walk. Has rebounded very well, and we just keep saying it. Where are the snappers going to produce? How are they going to get 2 or 3 hits in a row? There's, their team, I think collectively, their average is, down there comparatively to some of the other PLW teams. And it shows in some of these series, and the Weber effect is definitely something.
It's real. It's a real effect. They're going to really miss Weber while he's gone for maybe even into next season. He'll probably miss a little bit of the beginning of next season, I'm guessing. Probably maybe even half of it. See how quickly he can heal. He's a strong guy, and I assume he's going to rehab as hard as he can and get back out here. He loves it out here. And the good thing about it out here, too, is, to get back on the MLB diamond, you got to be 90% to get back out there and compete. Out here, you can get away with the little ailment. You can, there's no running really. He can still swing the bat maybe a little earlier than he'll be able to field and stuff, and maybe he can pitch. We'll find out. Hopefully, best wishes for Weber. I don't see him here tonight. He was here last week.
And congratulations, Chad. The only trophy that you're ever going to win in your life is the better nickname Sparkles, which you're saying doesn't even count because it's not a nickname.
Sparkling play by Jesse Capps for the first out of the inning.
Hardy, Chad. Nick Davila.
That's how it started, you know.
I know. I gave you that nickname, I think.
No, I think a viewer did.
Davila to the right side. Brandon Gray kind of hung that one up there. Davila goes to the right side as Barry Hutter. They're looking for some more runs, for more insurance here.
Let's see if they can turn another double play here. Greg lives with that stand-up screwball. It just kind of stops and just kind of fades off and falls. Kind of like that. 51, good pitch. Gets ahead of Hutter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greg needs to be effective here, walking out. It's not a good thing for his team. He already has 1 walk. Briner is the only other pitcher they have left. He has 6 innings left. They're going to need those for games 2 and 3 if they can't come back and get this one. Double play ball, but man, he can't get there. Kind of a seeing eye single, untouched, making it a clean single. Right side, going to move Davila over to third base. First and third, 1 out, tag up situation in effect. Nick is pretty swift on his feet out there. Towers definitely a fly ball hitter, so that sac fly is really in order here. Outfield arms, Briner, Cannon, Harley, Cannon. So could be an interesting play coming up here if we see a ball in the air. Josh looks focused tonight, Trench.
Yeah, he's definitely a different player in the box right now. But Brandon Gregg, not easy to hit.
Yeah, especially when you've never seen him before. Definitely the first matchup between these two guys in Premier League Wiffle history. Sees that one down, though. It's the count to 1 and 2. Ooh, good pitch. Towers swings through it. 2 outs. Sac fly no longer in play. Here's AJ being pinch hitting for the 6 hole, which was Matty Levine. So AJ pinch hitting for Levine. I mentioned the strong Night Owls bench here. Good spot. AJ took a pretty good batting practice tonight. I think when he saw his name on the bench, it started to get a little real for him tonight, Trench.
Remember, he was Rookie of the Year. Hit like 23 home runs when he came out.
That's hit well. Back up the middle, directly over the bag, though. That's going to hold the runner at second base. No. Directly over the bag. Either way, they said Brandon got a piece, which makes it dirty. And I believe that was left side. It's got to be clear right side, and that was certainly not clear right side. You can see on the replay right over that bag. First and second, run does score. Back to the top of the order, and Giordano. Good pinch hit by Davila there. Getting AJ off his bench in a good spot.
Yeah, and you were saying, kind of woke him up. And what a great time for that to happen. The Snappers are now down 3-0.
TikTok come on over to Twitch. Only in the 5th inning here of Game 1. 3 games tonight. Twitch, Premier League Wiffle.
There's just so much action on Twitch. On TikTok, you get this one camera angle. It's not very good. The lens doesn't pick up the lighting. But over on Twitch, we have an A-plus production going on with some high-end camera work, camera gear. We have Skycam 1. We have guys in the dungeon working their little switchboards to make sure all the different angles are coming in. And, of course, you get to bet wiffle ball points. So if you're a degenerate like most of the people on Twitch here, you could bet wiffle ball points to redeem merchandise.
Brandon Gregg, 56. Thought he was out of the inning, but it was a little hot. But now he is out of the inning with a little bit of a change up there. Cody out in front. Just 1 run for the Owls. It's a big insurance run, though, the way this game is going right now. Snappers are chasing 3 here, 6 outs to work with.
We are live on Instagram. I think we have... Look, it's Jake Purdy. He's hanging out.
Purdy, what are you doing on Instagram or
if
TikTok?
He's going to do anything, he should be blowing up our Instagram
he should
instead
be
of
down
just
here
watching.
Umpiring or something useful, actually, is what he should be doing.
You're right. Get on your guy already.
I'm on my guy. Don't worry about it. I'm Purdy. I gotta babysit him a little bit.
Look at my legends. Me, Brad, J-Rock comes out here.
Look at your team. My whole team
JT
umpires down here every
goes
night.
down there.
I got 2 umpires on the field every night.
Who?
Every single night I've had 2 umpires in the field the last couple of weeks.
We're the founding fathers of PLW. Of course we're here.
All right.
I mean, you got 2 people.
You know who else is here right now? Brandon Mayo is here right now, and he's currently a big
legit.
problem for these snappers, and he's out for his 5th inning of work. He does have 1 walk.
Glenn, he's a total degenerate, man.
And the only guy that's hit him tonight is at the plate currently.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a person that you just can't get out, and right now David Harley is one of them. But in the bottom of the 5th, he's not too worried, even if it was a solo shot.
Yeah, definitely. He can pitch right at these guys right now, make them put the ball in play. But they seem to be swinging through that 12-6. It's just so tough to square up.
Approaching 400 viewers on this Thursday night. And Harley goes down back-to-back, pitches right there. He's not happy about that at-bat, as Brandon Gregg. Oh, Harley is totally solid and right. He's one of the best outfielders out there. As Brandon Gregg gets a double to the container as Taylor Briner's up. They got something brewing, Chad.
Yeah, they had to get one of those 5-6 guys on base. They had to get one of them here to get Taylor up. And, the big thing is getting Taylor up one more time this game. So he's, up first right now and 7th, and they got 5 outs to work with. So they got to get a little more generated so they can put him in a spot later to win this game.
Yeah, this is as big as an at-bat can be for TB7.
Good take. Taylor is known to offer at that first pitch.
I see that they got Josh Towers on second. I kind of like this move with Matty Levine in right center. I feel like Josh is probably a little bit more agile on the infield, more so than Matty. I could be wrong, though. And you could see that Mayo kind of doesn't want any piece of Taylor right now.
Can't walk him and bring the tying run to the plate and get yourself off the mound. That's not the best move. A 2-run home run is good, obviously, but bringing the tying run to the plate right now is dangerous. Now they got Stein though, and probably have a lot of faith in him to get out of this.
And there he is, Kirby Bucket coming in. This is the first time that Stein has dealt with Kirby Bucket, and he looks like he's a little bit intimidated, a little stepping off right there. I mean, Kirby Bucket's prime time.
What the walkout also does is it charges both Mayo and Stein 1 inning for this inning. And the viewers before and early in the first game said, well, couldn't they just throw the whole? Well, now 1 less inning they can throw because they're eating up 7 innings this game because they're each charged 1 here. It's minor, but it can come back later in the night, as we saw last night. You guys could have used 1 more out of Casey Taravella, but Billy Osgood really stepped up, man, in the 8th and 9th inning to get you guys a chance.
I was so upset at myself last night. Oh, my God. When I had those 2 walks, I was beside myself.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get 1 more inning in there. But, it's tough out here. You can't, 2 walks is not many, and yet it's too many. So you got to pitch to contact. You got to get ahead in the count. You do get the benefit of starting with that strike. So gets that strike 2, and you won't walk many guys out here. It's when you start getting down in the count and you got a big hitter up there. You can't lay one into him because the league is just too strong. Here's Ryan Murphy. He's got 2 on and 1 out.
Let's do a poll. How long do you think James Shoelace Stein's shoelaces are? Are they 12 inches, 18 inches, or 30 inches? Look at those things.
They're definitely 30 inches.
Man.
How many times does he tie? Didn't he already tie that one?
I thought you learned how to double tie your shoes in 2nd grade.
I think earlier than that.
He's got little ankles.
He hasn't been on the mound in a hot minute out here, Trench. I'm sure he's got his work in elsewhere, but the Premier League wiffle mound is a little bit different.
It's different. You got a lot of eyeballs watching you, and the energy of Hideaway Field is, you're playing a wiffle pro wiffle league. So these guys are good. Just because you're an ace out there doesn't mean that you can't get hit up. But he does even up the count 2-2. Watch for a 12-6 coming in instead of screwball or a curveball, actually.
Very well located pitch. Stein also, as Mayo, just picking at corners and top bars and very accurate thrower.
Yeah, that was a great pitch by Stein for out number 2. I'm still a little concerned with how close Ryan Murphy is to the home plate when he's up in the batter's box. I feel like any curve is going to kind of jam him, or that's going to happen.
And he's going to chase more outside pitches as well because they look a little better, and he's not able to lay off of them. And this is a big spot here for a power hitter.
You could really see James Stein analyze that strike zone and where he wants to put it. And I've said it a million times. This dude could hit baseball-sized cards.
Like that one right there?
Just like that.
I think that was a little smaller than a baseball card spot he hit there in the bottom corner, bottom outside corner. And impressive. Wilson going to be a little anxious maybe now. Yep.
And he goes. And Loman and Cody Runnels give the old Tiger Woods fist pump. Speaking of that, he did okay out there.
He did okay out there today. I was very surprised, actually, but we'll see if he can hold his...
He's probably not. He's won like 90 tournaments. He doesn't care that he rolled his SUV 45 times. He's out there to win it. I don't really follow any of that stuff, but I know you guys do. So I was like, let me check it in. And I guess he was doing all right. But good sequence by James Stein right there. And listen, when you got 30-inch shoelaces, you're big pimping.
You're big pimping. Stein gets out of a tough jam there, and they'll have to deal with him in the 6th inning here. Night Owls look to tack on another insurance run. Stein's going to lead it off.
Yeah, remember, he popped that 2-run shot off Briner first inning, man. What a way to come into Hideaway Field after a long layoff. And was it you or the War Chicken I was talking to, but over the next, 9 series, it might have been you, Stein or Dalby are going to be here.
Yeah, for the rest of the season, I think they're going to be without them both only once or twice. So they'll have one of them most of the time, 2 of them a couple times, and it's a big difference. Stein swinging at a bad pitch there. It was a little bit slower than I think he realized, and the ball was not traveling as quick.
I say it. Wiffle ball will bring a grown man to his knees, and Stein kind of felt that right there with that pitch.
That might roll fair, and it does. Man, he rolls over.
Going to have to hurry.
That hop, it got there? I can't tell. It got there. 4:87 on this clock, and both umpires give the thumbs up. Underneath the 5 seconds, all 3.
Here's Davila, single right side, his last at bat.
Nick swinging for the fences on that one.
He's really upped his game.
He's putting himself in the 3-hole and benching AJ and Mayo, so he really has to believe in his game to do that.
Well, his numbers are showing it. That swing doesn't, though.
Yep, not a good at-bat there by Davila, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter here in Game 1. Here's Barry. 28 career doubles once again. Looking for a double here, maybe. Get a little rally going, get in scoring position.
There's no doubt. One of those 28 for sure off me, no doubt. If not a couple.
I'm sure I've given him up a double at some point as well.
I mean, most of the veterans in this league, I would think, have, as the count goes to 2 and 1.
Good take there. Once again, 1 walk for Greg already. A second one will take him out. Wilson already walked out. Taylor's certainly not going to use a 4th inning here to get that last out with just a guy on first. So I think it's Jesse Capps if you see ball 4 here. Barry probably taking. Is taking. Got to be Capps. Bingo. Right to Capps. And Capps did this last week. In the 5th inning, he was able to come in and get the 3rd out of an inning with just a guy on first. Exact same situation. Going to get another chance. And the Snappers need a 4th pitcher. There's no way they're getting through this season with only 3 arms. So somebody's got to step up. I don't see why it's not Jesse. He's throwing the ball night and day from where he was a year ago when he first, 2 years ago when he first came down here. He barely could throw the ball, finally developed a throw that really wasn't very good, and now he's finally learned how to kind of turn the arm and fire, and looking a lot better. I kind of like the move here. We'll see Wilson start a game. We'll see Brandon Gregg start a game. Wilson used 1 inning. Brandon Gregg used 3 innings. 3 innings, 4th, 5th, 6th for Gregg. Taylor, 3 innings. Is AJ up or Towers? Towers is up.
Towers, remember, drafted in the major leagues, and they got drafted here. Look at that. Played for the Mets. Then he was the number 1 overall draft pick here. He's a baller, has had his problems adjusting to Premier League Wiffle just a little bit, but it looks like he's coming into his own finally. Go to the right side, to Briner.
He played for mostly the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And I think it was 5 seasons for the Blue Jays, 2 seasons for the Orioles, and 1 season for the Mets. But he was a pretty good pitcher for a few years in that mix.
Yeah, and that's what wiffle ball does. It equalizes it. It's regular guys that have never even played, close to pro ball are able to come out here and, equalize with some of the greats that have actually been up to the big leagues.
We've had a couple of, star college players come out over the past 2 seasons, and they just come out here like, oh, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, after a few weeks, they're like, wow, this is hard.
Yeah, and they got their application somewhere else, and they don't come back to Hideaway Field because they got their feelings hurt because Old Trenchy vegan vaporizes them, and they can't believe that they played, pro ball or semi-pro ball, and some dude that used to be the tetherball tournament master in 5th grade, struck them out. You ever played tetherball?
Was that 91? Or no, that might have been 8. No, that was like 8. Sorry.
I graduated in 97. What year did you graduate?
I don't think I graduated, actually.
Well, I mean, if you did, when would you?
I dropped out in, I think, 6th grade I dropped out. I already knew everything. I figured it was time.
It's a veteran move, man.
Yeah, school's a waste of time, 62 miles an hour by Stein. Can't get the chase out of Manny again this time.
Remember, he pulled the ball left side. Whatever. If they want to go, I'll go with tetherball. No problem. I'll get a pole.
Manny down on strikes again here. Snapper's down to 2 outs. And one of those 2 guys is not Taylor Briner, so that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Briner's up 4th. So 2 on and 1 more out they're allowed, and they can still get Briner at the plate. They just got to get 2 on. They're actually in an okay spot here. Get 2 base runners.
God, you must have been the worst student, Chad, in like junior high and high school. You must have been the worst. Harley, down 0-2 here.
Trench, I dropped out in 6th grade.
Oh, you were being for real?
Yeah, school was useless, man. Why would I go to school?
Well, that's a great story then.
2 outs as Stein mowing them down, and Brandon Gregg is going to have to.
For all of you listening at home, you too could drop out of 6th grade and become a commentator here at Premier League Wiffle. Just retire those books, bring them back to the teacher, and say, hey, Chad Sparkle Phillips is a big-time announcer for wiffle ball, and I want to be one too.
Gregg, big swing and miss. Home run not needed here. He's just got to find a way on base. I didn't see the speed on that pitch. I did go to college, however, though, Trench.
Yeah? How was that?
It was good.
So you went from 6th grade straight to college?
Well, there was a 10-year gap in between. Because I skipped 3rd grade.
Swing. Foul tip. Counts full, 3-2. They need base runners here to get back to life. Taylor Briner on deck. And this is going to probably do it as Stein says, I'm going to do it myself. He's going to get the save right there, I believe.
I don't know. He is definitely going to get the save there, buddy. That's correct. Wrapping this one up, 2-run bomb for Stein in the second inning. Mayo dealt for 4 1/3 and walked out. Stein got the last 1 2/3. They got an insurance run there on a few base hits. AJ got the RBI on that. 3-0 Night Owls, kind of as I suspected here. I'm guessing the line's going to have to bump up a little bit for game 2. We'll see who's out there on the mound.
What do you think needs to happen for the Snappers here in game number 2, as we're going to be getting regardless of the pitchers, but just offensively, what do they need to do to get some of these players around a home plate?
They got to swing at strikes. They have to swing at strikes. They can't. Swinging at a ball is going to be a mistake in this game. They have to earn every pitch. They have to try and get these aces off the mound and get to a lower ranked pitcher, and so they can get some runs.
It's going to be Stein for game number 2, and it looks like J-Dub is grabbing some wiffle balls. It's going to be a Jonathan Wilson, James Stein matchup.
Yeah, I think we go, 1.5 or 2.5, Trench. I think 2.5, huh? Let's go 2.5, Night Owls. And let's sign off for a minute. We got 15 seconds.
We'll see you. We'll see you in game number 2. I was just revving up TikTok to come over to the Twitch and look at that Las Vegas skyline coming from our Skycam number 1. What a beautiful thing. Right beyond those palm trees, Red Rock, Mount Charleston. I'm noticing some of the snow has dissipated or melted or...
Trench, I got lineups here. I got game 2 lineups.
Well, I got to lead in with a little bit of our city...
Snow?
Go ahead.
All right, we're going to go with the Owls lineup. Cody Giordano, James Stein, Barry Hutter, Brandon Mayo into the lineup in the 4-hole. Nick bumps himself down to the 5-hole, and AJ into the 6-hole. So that means Matty Levine not starting, and Towers out of the lineup this game.
Logan, give me those tortoises one more time.
For the Snappers, we have Taylor Briner. David Harley Jr. finds himself in the 2-hole now. Brandon Gregg up to the 3-hole. Complete change here for the Snappers. Manny Santianis in the 4-hole. Jonathan Wilson down in the 5-hole. And Prissy the Turtle in the 6-hole.
And that blueberry. Did you see the blueberry there?
Yeah, I saw the blueberry. And it's Murphy in the 6-hole. Ryan Murphy. First pitch rolled over. Wilson has an easy start and fires into the backstop for the first out of the game. Briner in left, Harley in right, still Caps and Kelly on the left side, and Manny Santianis playing second base.
Caps and Kelly, that sounds like a show.
It's Wilson and Stein jarring back and forth about swing the bat and throw a strike. That sounded like foam. And confirmed by the umpire that it's foam. I think it was hot anyways, 56. Is that what I saw there? It was, so not a strike either way. 2 balls and 1 strike. 400 viewers. Game 2, Snappers, Owls. Owls took game 1, 3-0. We got Jonathan Wilson on the hill here for game 2. James Stein will remain as he got the save last game. And for the start here, that's a strike on a 3-1 pitch. And that was the cookie. And here's a 3-2 pitch. Let's see if he throws him another cookie or if he goes back to that slider outside. I don't think Stein will chase it, and he will not. And it's going to be ball 4. 1 walk for Wilson already.
Oh, man, Chad, that is not good. Now Wilson's got to be a little bit more ginger as a pitcher. Doesn't want to walk out in the first inning. Watch out for Barry Hutter getting his 29th double of the season.
And while he's doing that, you guys should
of his career.
You guys should be getting those wiffle points in. Don't hold back. You get wiffle points just for watching. Get your subscription. You get 20% extra wiffle points. Vote in the polls. You'll get wiffle points. Fire big, guys.
Yeah, not only that, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free subscription. Why not go to Twitch and use it on Premier League Wiffle? I want to see a bunch of people
money coming in pretty even.
Over.
You're going to get plus like 130, 140 right now on that Night Owls bet, but you got to win by 3 runs if you take the Night Owls. Money coming in pretty even here. Good line set there. I kind of like the Snappers plus 2.5. I'm not a big fan of laying 2.5 runs in low-scoring conditions, but last night we saw 2-1 to start, and then all of a sudden we have 8-7 in the second inning.
Let's see if Caps can roll the double play, and he does.
Beautiful throw there, Caps.
He has one of the most... You know how Andrew Ledet swings? That's how Jesse Caps throws. Very soft, but he's money with it.
Really lets that ball work for him.
Yeah.
Does not lose any speed on it and just fires bullets at that backstop, straight as an arrow. Looks like Hicks almost throwing the ball now. Not as much arm speed, but, geez, Caps is strong.
Yeah, a lot of good defense out there. What about that defense last night by Adam Couts in right field? Covering about 35 yards, makes this one-handed sliding grab.
That wasn't even his best play on the night.
I know.
The play he made in game one, going 40 steps across the outfield with a full, wrestling layout dive. It was so impressive. The one-handed catch was really good, too. It looked better than it was. It wasn't as high of a degree of difficulty as the diving one he had last night. Both very impressive, moving from shortstop this season to the outfield because of Justin Spurrier's injured knee, forcing him into the infield.
Yeah. A lot of good plays in that series for sure.
Yeah, it was...
Even Taravella, that when he went over the container and stopped that I was pitching, that was almost going to be a home run. He hit that back. Good plays last night. I love every time I come in to commentate the next day, I'll talk about the season or the series prior, just like I'll talk about what's going down in Owltown and Snapperville tomorrow. Love to give some highlight commentating from the night before, but here we go. James Stein on the mound. I'm going to start calling him baseball card Stein.
AK is not mediocre, just for the record.
For what?
AK is not mediocre at anything on this field.
No, dude, he is a top-notch player. He will be, if you were going to build a squad, if you were going to build a six-player squad, there is no doubt AK is on that squad.
He's probably, if we had a redraft for the league, he goes in the top 3, I think. Definitely the top 5. That's why he wants a redraft so bad. He just wants to brag of how high up he got taken.
What would you give him as 300,000 points or wiffle ball points are coming in on the Snappers?
Oh, I think that's a little Glenn Meadows action on the Snappers here. Glenn just dropped about 150 on him, I think.
Why don't you show face Glenn
ruining
in the chat, and we'll know for sure.
Getting the Snappers. You know what he did, though?
And Briner goes right side as they opt not to have a defender over there, and having the IQ that he does, little slap shot, runner on first.
You know what Glenn does making that big
There
bet?
it is, $1.36.
He makes the line true. Because if you were going to get 2.5 runs here on the Snappers, you need to lay 2-1 odds. So it's about minus 220 right now. So what Glenn did was he squared the market up where it's supposed to be. That value with the Snappers that was sitting out there is gone.
Harley can't catch up to that one. Or actually caught up to it too fast.
How many more times will Stein tie his shoes this game? I'm going to go with 5 more as there's 5 innings remaining.
You think he's going to get...
Once before every inning.
You think he's going to throw a complete game?
Oh, that's a good point there, yep.
If he walks out or gets,
Yes, I do, because he's not fearing this lineup that he's facing, so he's going to be throwing strikes all night.
Yeah, and if he does get into trouble on, say, a 3-1 count or something like that, a cookie is not going to kill you.
Did he walk Taylor to start the game? We were
No, Taylor
base
flared
hit
to
up.
right.
That's right, yep. Thank you.
You're welcome, Chad.
This game moves fast, man.
It does. I love it, and that's why people love tuning in. Fast action. It's like MLB on PED.
Stein, baseball card sized spot on that outside corner again.
Man, I would love to if we ever had this, we'll probably end up doing that as the production gets better, but showing pitch sequences with those little laser beams, and then you could see a pitch sequence, right?
That's so good.
We'll get there. And so every time somebody subscribes, those are the types of things. Remember, we used to be here with a beer pong table and a little handheld mic or whatever we did. And as subscriptions keep coming in, we better this product for the fans at home.
We certainly do. We got a lot of improvements still to make. Good pitching by Stein again. Blows it past Greg for the second out. It's going to bring up Manny. once again, that Snappers lineup, Taylor, they bumped Harley from the 4-hole to the 2-hole. They bumped Brandon from the 6-hole to the 3-hole. Manny went from the 3-hole down to the 4-hole. Wilson got pushed down a couple spots.
Oh, what a play by Cody. Barry's going to pick it up, get the garbage out of there. They call Barry the mop because he cleans it up.
And that ball dipped on Cody big time. He was ready to jump up high to get it, and the ball ended up at his face level. He had to fend it off, and lucky it trickled over to Hutter. Hutter picked it up, made a good throw, and Snappers are 7 innings up and no run still.
Yeah, great defense by Cody. Great acquisition for the Night Owls right there, as I want to welcome our 400 viewers hanging out on a Thursday night watching the Night Owls and the Snappers as...
Caught it. He hit me with it, but I got it.
Yeah, that might have been intentional. Love having you guys around. A lot of you guys have been veterans season after season, locked in to PLW Nation. You're part of the community. I'm Trench Picone, Chad Sparkle Phillips. Congratulations, Chad.
On what?
You won best nickname, so...
I did?
Yeah.
Oh.
How does it feel to take a trophy home?
Whew. Hey, we won the tournament last year.
You
I won
did.
A tournament. Yeah, but Dalby was here for that. I had Dalby on my team, so Dalby wins every tournament. That's automatic. Whatever team Dalby's on in the tournaments, just bet that team.
Could you imagine how many trophies he has at his home?
Yeah.
It's got to be like 70 or 80 easy.
Can you imagine if he was here tonight in this lineup as well? Oh.
You know, a lot of the chat last week, and they were worried about Taylor Briner's hands, saying, listen, if you're going to be like 8-16, and if they do lose this series, is there a time where you're like, hey, man, heal up, get to 100%? Because what if he happened to re-injure it or something like that because of the amount of force?
Look, you can see him right now in left field,
Working
looking at it,
hand.
working his hand. So
that's why I brought that up,
he
Chad.
might be 50%, man. We've been giving him 70, 80, but he might still be. He's a tough kid. Caps is a tough kid, too, and he makes a great play at short again. Kelly with the step, the crow hop, the throw.
That was good, Chad. Again, back to the Taylor Briner as Nick Davella is up. Is there a point where you're like, listen, Taylor, he's not going to do it. He just played like a baseball tournament like a few days ago or something like that, or a baseball game through like 5 innings.
Maybe throwing is not a problem for him, though, because it's his left arm.
I'm just saying physical activity, that something could happen at diving at a ball.
Yeah, he's a little...
Anything.
Yeah, he's mentioned he's a little concerned about it. That's not going to come back fair. It had a little bit of twist on it, but couldn't come back.
I'm going to have a discussion with Briner and just see what he thinks. He's one of those competitors, though, that, you know, if he breaks a finger during a game, good piece of hitting.
Caps has it, though, and throws. Little low. It was going to be in time. He had more time than he thought.
Man, he really covered some ground right there.
So that would be something that would be considered a clean single if he doesn't make that play. If there was a runner on second base, he would have scored there. Even though the infielder played it, he did have to turn his back and give up the infield to make the play. So it would have been 2 bases for a runner on second base in that spot, just for a little rules clarification. That's coming back, but Wilson keeps it foul.
Yeah, that was a smart play. He would have really, I think it would have went over the 5 seconds, as you could see. Very, very close.
He was certainly going to get there, too. He had to address it.
Oh, and AJ takes one off the noggin.
So another rule, 65 or more to the head, that would be considered a hit by pitch. Charge a walk to the pitcher in that spot. And the batter also has the option of not accepting it.
Good eye by AJ right there. His last at-bat was a big one.
Wilson already with 1 walk. Needs to come in here, but doesn't. Now it's 3-2. AJ in the driver's seat right now as Wilson must come. He does. It's a good pitch, and AJ got a little tip of it. I love that foul tip, ghost foul tips are gone in this league, Trench. They're gone. We used to have a lot of people that claim foul tips because the tape on the bat, the whir of the bat, how light it is. It sounds like you tip it sometimes, but now you have to have that umpire hear that audible tip. We have had no problems this season with it. AJ hits one hard, base hit. Davila will go to second. Owls have something going here with 1 out in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, and Cody, one of their better hitters, coming up to bat. Runners on first and second. That's the one thing with J-Dub. Sometimes he hangs that slurve just a little too much, and you could really turn on it.
J-Dub is a guy that has to get ahead in the count trench because when he has to work 2-1 and 3-1, his pitches become very hittable, but he mixes up his speeds well. If he can get ahead, he can be very effective. That might be...
Harley got lost out there as it was really diving from left to right there. You could see his body position. Watch this instant replay. Good in and out swing by Cody.
Yeah, Harley took a little circular route there. Kind of the ball kind of kept dipping to his right and away from him, to his left and away from him. Couldn't handle it. His hands were a little out of control. Bases loaded for Stein, who hits one hard. Briner, we got a tag up situation. Davila stops at the cheat line. You see that cheap line out there? Not cheap line. That's not a cheap line. That's just if you cross that line, you're committed to coming home. The commit line. Thank you. And he did not cross it. He looked like he was going to. Briner ready to throw, and I'm surprised Briner didn't throw. There's no penalty for him throwing and keeping it down.
Well, I mean,
Briner's not throwing it over the backstop, and you can bounce it.
I'm just saying not over the backstop, but it's a pretty far throw if you miss the backstop completely.
It's Taylor Briner.
I get it, but it's also a wiffle ball.
2 outs. All he's got to do is secure this. Harley under it, makes the catch. Owls leave them loaded. Good job by Jonathan Wilson to battle out of that jam.
And you could hear James Shoelace Stein giving some defensive coordinates.
You know that James Stein is managing tonight.
Is he?
Yeah, well, he's not managing the game technically. If there's an argument or something of that nature, it's still Nick's responsibility to take care of that. But he's managing the lineup and the defense tonight.
That's good. I mean, he has the knowledge of wiffle ball. He knows where he likes. Well, not only that, I think he likes to choose who he has out there when he's pitching and what alignment he wants out there.
Nick's starting to realize how specialized of a league this is. Like, he kind of going through the motions a little for a couple of seasons, thinking, it's wiffle ball, but this is a very specialized game. It's kind of baseball on crack a little bit. It's everything is over the top and exaggerated, so you got to get things right. You get one, Chris Coleman out in right field, and you could have a problem.
Ouch. Yeah, I was a little surprised that Coleman on a fly ball didn't throw it on a tag situation. I really needed a throw to come in right there.
Yeah, the ball was definitely in range of being thrown. That could have been cut off too. That could have been given to somebody else to throw as well.
What? Is that a true number?
Stein, I wanted to get to that for this game, yes.
That's incredible.
How many PLW players, and I want names this time as well.
Yeah.
And nobody go online and be looking this up on the website.
Yeah, that's tell him, Chad.
You got to guess. How many players have 350 career strikeouts? And
Barry Hutter on the run, not an easy play.
I think he should have had that, though.
Yeah, should have had it, but, tiptoeing back there, he kind of T-Rexed it, came up.
So how many players have 350 career strikeouts? And who are they? Stein needs 1. He came in with 349. 349 he came in with that. Did he get one in the first
game?
Yeah,
he did it.
Okay, so he's got the 350 now.
How does he have 350? I feel like he's never here.
I know. You're right about that. That does seem pretty...
I bet he has the most strikeouts per innings, right?
I actually think it's Purdy, but Stein has a lot more innings than that. So Purdy probably with 125, 135 career innings, and Stein has, I think I have that number here as well. Innings pitched, James Stein needs 8 innings pitched career for 200. So he come in with 192 innings, and 9 players have 200-plus innings pitched.
Here's Taylor Briner. I'll put my name on. I think his name is on the list, no doubt.
You think you got 200?
No. Briner, do you think he has 350 strikeouts?
Well, the viewers are guessing right now.
Well, I mean, do you have to make that guess with him?
Yeah, The players are Briner, Alex Fernandez, and Brandon Mayo, and now James Stein. 4 players with 350 career strikeouts. That's a lot.
That's so many strikeouts. That's incredible. Gannon's got to be, by the end of the season, approaching that, I would think.
Gannon gets a lot of weak contact some nights, but he's probably pretty close. I do agree with that.
I bet he's like in the 300.
I'm going to guess that Matty Petricus is also relatively close to 350 career strikeouts. He's been a Warrior since the beginning.
Wow. So with that being said, would those be your 3 guys that you'd want on the mound if you were going to have to start a 3-game series? You got to throw it. Yeah, but then you got Billy out there. You got Gannon out there. As Reiner shoots one to the left side. Give me your 3 top pitchers. You're starting in the World Series of PLW. You need 3 guys on the mound. Who are they, Chad? And what do you guys think at home? Who are they? As Stein, K's, TB7 for out number 2.
I'm going to take Stein. I'm going to take Santiwan.
Is it Gannon? Is it Briner?
I'm just going to take Purdy.
Take Purdy, huh?
I'm going to take him. Yeah, I really like his stuff. He's still got a lot of development to do out there, but his stuff is ridiculous. There's a few other names I could throw in there. Taravella looks fantastic this season, and obviously Briner. Barry can't catch it, but it looks like they have time to make the play. 5 seconds on this watch.
Yeah, I think it went under 5.
Yep, it was a little late stop by our stop clock. We had 4.59 and 4.6 something on the field with a 2, so it's under the 5 seconds, and it did look like it stopped a tiny bit late up here. Let's take another look, viewers. Well, I don't know. I don't think he stopped it too late. He was right on. Maybe started it a touch early or something. It was close though. And
Dobbins is saying, "I'll take Chen, Schmitty, Goot, and AK."
Yeah, you might
take
as well.
Any of the ones, guys? You taking Chen at all?
Chen's really close there too.
Yeah, he's on the cusp of that.
Chen, Casey, Briner. If we had to take 6, I think of the next 3 I take. I'm not taking Couts. He's good and he's consistent, no doubt. But I don't feel like he has that put away Chen stuff.
Any of those guys on their A game, of course, are unhittable.
Well, last night, you guys scored a lot of runs, and Chen shut you down for 9 innings.
Yeah.
9 innings he shut you down for. So the other 9 innings, you guys raked. But when Chen was out there, you guys did nothing. So clearly, Chen is an elite pitcher in this league. I think you guys swung at a lot of balls, and you got to maybe work a little more. But
I didn't swing.
Yeah. There's the Wilson pitch that he
Way
loves.
to go, Wilson.
That shows you why the batter
2 games later
has to get out of the way. The batter is responsible for not getting in the way of pitches if he's not going to swing. He has to let them travel to the strike zone.
Trotter, welcome to the show, man. You are part of PLW Nation as Mayo goes to the left side. Jesse is going to have to throw it in time. 4, 5, 6.
4.55, 4.56, 4.59.
These guys are good. These people that just come into the Twitch chat, they don't understand that they're coming into this community of WIFFLE heavy PLW people, and they're just locked in. They're lifers now. Some of these people, they don't go to bed till 4 or 5 in the morning. They're across the country. They're in Aruba. They might be in Thailand. It doesn't matter. They're tuning in.
What, AK? Chen shutting down the Legends? That's a pretty big deal. 9 innings, 1 run allowed. That was pretty impressive. That might have been one of the most impressive nights of pitching ever for you guys. The Legends are going to score, and they didn't against Chen, so that is extremely impressive. If it was a little more tempting, I think Nick would have swung, but Wilson not competitive enough there. Moves the count to 2-2. He does have 1 walk.
Tanner Roundy saying, "I'll take 3 of me." 2 innings each.
You know, actually, Tanner's on that list too, man.
He's
Goodness
good.
gracious. I think I take Tanner over Santiwan if I need like a reliever or somebody to come and get me like 2 or 3 outs. I think I'm going Roundy. That screwball is ridiculous. Sometimes it takes him a little bit to get it going, but
Oof, AK just lighting you up right now, Chad, saying that you thought Chen was going to have a rusty first half. The dude's
he had a rusty start.
Doesn't he have some Cy Young numbers?
He had a little bit of a rusty start.
Good pitch by J-Dub.
He walked out several times early in the season, but he's picking it up.
Taravella saying they barely scored on me.
In the hole, Caps has it. He
This is gonna
still
be a
might have
far
time.
throw.
I don't think he has it. He hits the backstop, though, but it's 5-5-5.
Good arm strength by Caps right there to make it even a competitive play.
5-4-3, 5-4-7, and 5-5-5. Pretty close. 3 stopwatches again.
Look at that. Chen, he's sub-2 ERA, man. That's something.
Yeah, it is. And it's what happens when you throw 9 innings and you don't give up a run.
Oh, Gio, make me a play, man.
Who's going to get it done this game right now?
I don't know. Top 3. Snappers haven't scored in 8 innings and counting.
And the Owls only have 1 run in their last 8 innings themselves, as they got a 2-run bomb by Stein on the second batter of the game and only have been able to scatter together 3 singles since.
Yeah, I might have a better ERA. I just don't throw enough innings because I'm a hittable pitcher and I walk out. I'm not consistent. You have to remember, I got a bad arm. That's why I throw from the sidearm slot.
Just a high pop-up on the infield, Greg, with the easy play.
I
Wilson.
did throw a 67-mile-an-hour ball at AK.
I saw that. Was that your highest ever?
It might have been. I just wanted to get loose up there one time.
I hit 69 once.
I've done that a lot in my life.
Go to the bottom of the third. Snappers need a run here tonight somehow. They're acting as the Night Owls were acting last year against the Snappers. I believe the Snappers were one of the teams that blanked the Night Owls for the whole night. The Night Owls, if you are new to this, they went, I believe it was 8.5 games or 9.5 games without a run to end the season last year and put themselves in relegation. And then they needed, in relegation, down 2-0 in the 5th inning, a 3-run bomb by A.J. Petrovsky to save them. Otherwise, you would not be watching the Night Owls in the PLW right now. They would be in the secondary league. So they're resurgent. Again, they have out-of-towners, and when they all show up, they're unbeatable, and when they don't, they have trouble scoring. But tonight, it's the Snappers having trouble scoring. And Stein is as tough as it comes.
There's another shoelace tie. What are we up to now?
Since the poll, that's 2.
Here's Brandon Gregg, bottom of the third. Stein looking for a baseball card. Goes a little inside, takes it for ball number 1 as we have eclipsed 400 viewers.
Do I have any other pitching stats I want to get out here? I don't think so. I think we got through all the milestones for the night. Good play by Giordano. Back to Stein, who picks it up, and throws it 80 miles an hour at Trench's head.
Oh, my God.
And Trench was, let me tell you guys, let me tell everybody, Trench was scared for his life right there.
That thing was coming, dude.
He saw a blitz ball.
Oh, my God.
He had flashbacks.
I almost jumped out of the commentating booth and rolled my ankle.
That's going to be 2 base error on Stein.
It's very easy to airmail when you get into that position where you have to make a hurry throw, Cody Schmidt.
That's hit well.
That might
deep,
be gone.
And it is gone.
Manny Santillanes.
The Snappers finally on the board. Trench, a 2-run bomb after an error. And they have some life. It seems like somehow these teams always find a way to get some wins. And whew.
The wiffle ball gods woke up after a James Stein error. And Manny Santillanes takes advantage of that, and he's eating right there. And let me tell you, look, he's eating. He's going snapper style on it. And let me tell you, that dude's not eating kale for sure. Maybe if it was deep fried.
Maybe some red kale.
Some deep fried with some ranch. That's his style. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Umpires discussing something here. Not sure what.
Stein not happy about that at all. Look at that face. Very intense. He's going to have to bounce back from that one. Good pitch by Stein right there. Gets J-Dub swinging. No shot.
inside. Murphy hasn't got it going yet tonight.
Yeah, if I'm the Owls right now, I'm not too concerned. That might be the only 2 runs that Stein gives up. And if you thought you were only going to win the game 1 or 2-0, it was going to be a tight game. You got to score some runs.
Yeah, I can see the Night Owls getting on the board here and putting a good rally together tonight. Their lineup is totally capable.
Let me ask you a question here, Chad. Do you see Taylor Briner coming out in this game and trying to ice it and give them a win in game number 2?
Yes.
I do too.
That's what their plan was in game 1, trying to save him those innings. And if they can, he threw 3 in game 1. There's 3 left here, and he can still have 3 left for game 3. So it's definitely seems to be a pretty obvious move.
Because who's on the mound for the Snappers right now? Is it J-Dub?
Yes.
Probably give J-Dub a short leash as Matty Levine. Actually, Josh Towers comes over. Probably a short leash for J-Dub. I think if he walks, he's done anyway. But I think if he gives up a hit, I think if he gives up 1 hit, especially if it's a double, I think you're going to see Taylor Briner come in.
Maybe it's 1 run.
One run.
That's kind of how they do business, the Snappers there. It's going to be a tough pull when he has a shutout going. So we'll see if that comes into play here. I have a feeling Wilson's locked in finally out there and might be able to get through another inning or 2 here.
If you're watching at home, we're almost halfway through the season. Who's your favorite team out there? Let's see it on the chat right now. There's going to be some Lightning. How many Lightning fans do you think are out there?
Man, we've had the most amazing viewership this year. I thank everybody so much. It seems like every time we're playing, and I hear down on the sideline, 900 viewers, 1,100 viewers. So it seems like, I'm not sure if it's...
I think it's all you.
No, I don't think it's anything to do with me personally, but I think a lot of my teammates have many people in the chat, and our Friday night games have really helped out. I feel like the viewership on Friday night is strong.
Look at that. Lightning, Cajuns, Snaps, Legends, Cajuns, Warbirds, Lightning, Snappers, Little Boot Boot.
Did AK just say lightning? I think I just saw AK say lightning. I couldn't tell.
Ones. There's a Viper fan in there. Cajuns, Bombers.
AK, we do appreciate the support over in...
Love having an array of fan base for sure. It adds to the chat, and a lot of competition and rivalries and there's a Vaders in there too. Warbirds.
There's no reason to like the Warbirds, is there? Dodos, okay. Dodos, yeah, that's a good... Actually, I love the Warbirds.
I love all the teams.
Yeah, we got a good league going here. A lot of good guys. We don't put up with any nonsense out here, and this isn't big league dreams and 6 softball fields going and so much drama down there. We try and keep things friendly out here.
2 pop-ups in a row, Jesse Capps right there. And right now the demeanor of the Owls is not so hot. They need to get some energy going.
Good play, Greg Kelly. So quick to the ground. Ex-soccer goalie, if nobody knows that.
Yeah, he might be hitting the high tunes after that shot.
Yeah, that was...
Let me tell you.
Really quick closing of that 5-hole there.
I love the War Chicken. Should be another easy play by Greg, remember? He's got that shoulder working. Little skip-de-doo right there. Out number 3, and the Snappers are going to go back in and try to get some more runs going on. If there was there's one person that we would never call the crow hop on, and that's going to be GK.
He didn't take many big steps, though. He was just kind of popping in place there a little bit. And
yeah, they're little GK pops.
I think he's been learning some dancing this past couple of weeks in his spare time.
Little PLW shuffle.
Yeah.
I like it. Is that throw from Stein going to be the deal breaker here in game? You scared me, man. Why'd you do that? Don't do that, dude. What's wrong with you?
You don't think I'll catch it? And the answer to your question
bad
is
luck up here, man.
only 1 unearned run. The home run still would have happened,
No, I know,
even if
I
he
get
caught
it.
that ball. But yeah, the error looms a little large here. So we have some...
But it's not like the Owls put up a lot of runs either, Chad.
Both offenses struggling really bad right now. David Harley's had a pretty good night at the plate. James Stein is a different animal out there, though.
430 viewers. Listen, TikTok, get over here on Twitch. Right now you're watching one little camera angle. When you get over to Twitch, you're going to see a bunch of different camera angles. Skycam 1 over there. Who's that, Geo? Skycam 1? Love that, man. He's been really coming alive. I called a good game for him on the Vaders. I knew he was going to put some work in for those guys. But yeah, get over to Twitch, get in the comments, get some merchandise, bet wiffle ball points. You're going to have a million times more fun on Twitch than you are on TikTok. And look at that. Even on TikTok, look at the lighting from our stadium lights are all blurring the field. It's not good for TikTok over there, Chad.
No, TikTok is not for watching a game. If you're looking at a little blurb, that's fine. But if you're on TikTok, just put the Twitch app on your phone. It'll take you 10 seconds, and it's free to jump on. We recommend you get that sub, but we have a lot of people that gift subs out here, too. So you just come on and watch and be active in that chat, and there's a good chance somebody will throw you the sub. Or you could just throw $5 out there, and that would work, too.
There's Harley taking some cuts right there. What's up, Spur? I love that a lot of the players just come and watch some of the game as well.
Oh, same pitch that he got that first strike on. Stein shoos him away and has an out.
No, I love chickens. I just like them when they're upright.
Just not war chickens.
Here's Brandon and Greg. Boom. Look at that. Gabe Peters comes over immediately from TikTok, and he's like, dude, Twitch is so much better on stream. Why was I over there? What was I thinking? Why was I being lazy? I just need to do it.
Yeah, just go to the App Store, type in the word Twitch, and type in WIFFLE, and the live stream will pop right up.
And PLW Nation, give Gabe Peters some love as he joins.
That might stay fair.
What's Mayo doing over there? Kind of being lazy on that flare.
It hit the outside corner of the base, I believe.
Oh, man.
It was fair by a millimeter.
Did you see that? Watch this instant replay. Like, Mayo's kind of just,
Yep, it hit the base.
lay out and dive over a bench into a PLW hottie if you want to make a highlight reel.
It doesn't look like it hit the pylon. The pylon's a foul ball if it hits it.
I had a good look, man. It looked like...
That's no pylon. Yeah, that's over the pylon and off the outside back corner of the base, and you could see it shoot into foul ground after it hit it.
Mr. B Cut immediately comes on from TikTok to Twitch and gifts 25 bits out there.
Bitty bitties.
And Jim Dodos loves people that throw bits out there. Welcome to the show. Dobs. Little poop. She remembers. Bang, Gizmo. What's happening? Same sentiment said throughout, replete throughout by every person that comes over from TikTok. This is so much better. Watch our viewership jump from all these people taking Old Trenchy's advice as Manny takes a cut right there.
Beautiful night here.
Oh, this is perfect wiffle weather. No tier 2 winds. It's very still out right now. The wiffle gods are asleep.
Stein doing a good job of keeping the ball away from these hitters, and some of them are not adjusting and trying to go the other way. Comes back in, just misses the inside. It's his first walk here in the fourth. He threw 2 innings in game 1. We got a pinch hitter here. Who's pinch hitting? It's Greg Kelly. 4? Probably Ryan Murphy.
And look at this. GK Rabbit, our technical producer.
No, for Wilson.
Of the stream team.
For Wilson. Jonathan Wilson is getting pinch hit for.
Everybody give it up to GK up to bat right now. One of our fan favorites is taking 59-mile-an-hour curve to the pan, but that's a little too hot. Good eye by GK. Flare back to Cody. GK's been putting in some work in the box, been working with Taylor Briner a lot. It takes some time when you're not getting the reps when you come in mid-game against one of the best pitchers of all time at Hideaway Field, the chances of you getting hits are pretty slim.
I'm really surprised they pinch hit for Wilson in that spot. He's a big hitter, and he needs some reps out here. He's going to strike out a few times over the course of the night, but he's going to hit a home run a lot of times too, and it's a pretty big spot, and they could have pinch hit for Murphy here instead. Murphy proves me wrong, though, and shoots one. Opposite field single, going to score Greg. Moves Santianes over to third, and the Snappers turn game one upside down, 3-0.
They do, with Taylor Briner up to bat right now with runners in the corners. And I see you, Gizmo, coming out of Chicago. Loves this game so much. Thank you so much for being one of our viewers. And right now, Stein versus Briner. Let this one play out. This is big, Chad. They could really blow the game wide open.
Not the worst spot for a walk here. Stein already does have one walk, though, so that would be the end of Stein. They could change pitchers and go to Mayo and have him walk them. But if any more runs here, it's going to be out of reach.
And remember, a couple at-bats ago, I think Taylor hit just a flare to right side. Again, there's 3 outfielders. They want to take away that double play. And little Boot. That's her boy. Oh, and Stein goes 63 up top and says, I don't care how many MVP trophies you got. That's a third strike. You're going down. And they tack on another run as we go into the top of the 5th. They're running out of outs here, the Owls are.
I think they're going to get one run here at least. They're going to put something together right now. And they got to do it. They're more than capable offense here. I know they've had their slumps. And they may be in one a little bit here. They haven't scored. They only scored 1 run in their last 9 innings. So they're definitely struggling a little bit.
I want to thank all our Twitch viewers staying in tune. The end of game number 2, the Snappers in full control. Remember, we play 3 every single night, Monday through Friday. Make sure you tune in at 6 p.m. 6:05, we launch the first pitch. I'm Trench Picone. I play for the Legends. This is Chad Sparkle, Phillips, owner, manager, player of the Lightning. And let me tell you, your Lightning, don't get too into it because we don't want to hear about your Lightning for the next 5 minutes. You guys are looking good. Beat up on the ones in a 2-game series, and I think who was the
Bombers.
other? And the Bombers won the series there. You guys are looking really, really good.
Yeah, we got some good chemistry going on right now. I think I finally got the good mix of guys. I'm set with my team right now. I think I'm done making moves, done making trades. Going to ride with my guys and see if we can get back in it.
Yeah.
9-18 right now. Kind of sitting down there in a 3-way tie for last, and looking to build back here. We're feeling good. Got some winnable series coming up. We've played a very difficult schedule over the last month. Vaders, Vipers, Bombers, Ones.
You think the Cajuns are easy next Friday?
I don't think they're easy. They're a middle-of-the-road team, though. I think we match up well with them, and we should be able to give them a good series at least.
Yeah, J-Dub, he's done. And now what happens? They go to Briner and try to win this game, add 2 more innings for him? I think you have to.
Oh, 100%. Tying run in the on-deck circle here. Save situation.
And there's Kirby.
And here he goes.
He's driving real well tonight. I think he's rested up. It's also ladies' night at one of the clubs tonight, so I think he wants to, be prepared to go out, get himself a few hot cocos a little bit later tonight. It's good to see him driving around successfully as Briner warming up, getting his pitch count in. 1 runner on, though, and, if there was any year that we've watched him kind of get beat up in innings, it's this year. There's been a couple innings where you've seen 3 runs, 5 runs,
7 runs,
once,
or maybe it was 6. But yeah, he's gotten, and it's been a lot of singles too. He hasn't really been beat by that long ball very much. Just people kind of poking him around and realizing how difficult he is to drive. So just kind of shortening up and just getting a good piece and finding a hole. It's a successful strategy out here. You try and swing too big, you find a lot of strikeouts, and you got to let that ball travel, get deep, use the field. Who goes to the outfield? Brandon Gregg moves to the outfield.
Yeah, got Harley out in right center. And then you got the same infield, Manny second, Jesse Cap short, GK Rabbit, Greg Kelly at third base, and that is Lockdown City on the left side, one of the best infielding duos over there in Snapperville on the infield. Right back to Taylor.
They still have time for two. Manny's going to throw it.
Don't airmail it.
Wide. They've got to hit that middle panel for a double play. The entire backstop's good for normal coming home, which is first base, but for a double play, middle panel or strike zone, that one's wide. Fielder's choice. First out of the inning. Going to try and get that double play again here. I think Jesse should be throwing those double plays, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe Manny just got over there a little bit faster, but as the representative of the Snappers, Jesse Capps has to make it aware that if it comes back to Briner, that he's going to be the one making the throw from second.
Yeah, that's communication. I got you. I got you on a comebacker, Taylor.
Right. Those are all things you have to communicate with your squad because it could be 2 down right now. Or actually, it could be out of the inning. Stein's going to look at ball number 1.
I believe Hutter's on deck.
There's a big spot for James Stein right here.
Swings over the top of it. Ball's low. Not happy with himself. Stein, a very expressive person out here. He kind of wears his emotions on his sleeve. Wiffle ball for life. 2 hours and 15 minutes he drives from Utah to get here. Expects the best of himself.
I mean, as you should. When you walk into Hideaway Field, you have to believe that you are going to do the best you possibly can, and he is definitely representing himself well when he comes out here.
Got a little tip, it sounded like.
It did hit the pan, Chad, and what does that mean if he did it again?
Well, the catcher drops the first 2-strike foul tip into the pan. If it happens a second time here, it will be a strikeout. Briner, 1-2, pitch to Stein, drops down submarine and keeps the ball under his knees the entire way, gets the chase, and the Snappers are 3 outs away from evening this series up.
It was Taylor Briner's been really working on that submarine pitch. It's something new in his arsenal, and I think how people have been wanting to pitch like Billy Santiwan with the knuckle, I think Adam Couch, AK-47, has his little pitching puppeteers out there as well looking for that submarine pitch because you have that in your arsenal. You're going to get swings like that.
Yeah, that was a very good pitch, and he can throw a riser from that angle as well, so, you know, you got to kind of protect the zone, and I don't think Stein realizes that that pitch was never coming up, and it just ran out of gas.
And it's just a very odd, weird angle when you have a arm slot like that. You think it's going to rise, and it doesn't, just because the motion is up, but it stays low.
Yeah, it's tough picks to execute. Taylor's been working hard, and that's why he has more walks this season than he's had in the past because he's flirting with some new pitches, new arm angles.
All day, Leday is saying we're going to fix Cody Runnels' pitching stats next week. And Andrew Leday, let me tell you, he's got a batting title last season. He's on pace to do it again. He's the kind of dude that could jump your guys' ERA from, low to high.
Well, we played him in the first series of the season, and it was 3 low-scoring games. I believe they were 2-1, 2-0, and then 3-2. So that would be a different result from the first time around. These offenses have heated up, though, a little bit. My offense certainly is a little better than it was in week 1. I'm sure Leday feels the same way.
Yeah, B-Ring, no doubt about that, man.
9 innings last night. 2 games this season have gone 9 innings. An error ended it in the bottom of the 9th inning, and we were almost into the 10th. We used to have a 2 max inning, extra inning, and then it was a tie game. We had 1 tie, I believe, each of the 3 seasons. Season 1, 2, and 3 each featured 1 tie. We removed the runner from second base in extras. We removed the maximum number of innings that can be played. We have capped pitchers' innings at 9, And now we count extra innings towards the pitcher's 9-inning total. You see Jason Walker taking the mound and saving a couple of innings for Stein. So Stein threw.
Oh, what a nasty pitch by Walker right there. Sorry to cut you off there,
Good timing,
Chad.
but it's all right.
But, man, that ball died 3/4 of the way in and just froze Harley. Wow, what a pitch. And remember, he came back from a 3-1 count right there.
So with those 9 max innings you can throw, as you see Walker pour another strike in, Stein threw 2
That was
innings.
hot, though, at 56, so it's going to be a ball.
Wow. Not used to Walker throwing too many hot ones out there. He usually stays under the speed limit. See if I can get my thought out here, though. Stein, 2 innings in game 1, 4 innings in game 2. That's going to leave him 3 for next. Davila trying to save him just in case he needs him for later, especially down 3 runs here.
Brandon Gregg was taken all the way right there. Wanted to see if he could hit that pin. He does. Evens up the count 2-2.
Owls 3-0 game 1. Snappers returning the favor here.
Oh,
Brandon Gregg,
man.
that might roll fair.
Is it going to get there?
No, it's not.
No, a little short. He went bunt check swing right there. That happened last night, I think. Who was it? Was it Taravella that did the check bunt?
Yeah, and Chen chose to pick it up in foul ground. He had a decision to make, and he chose as Walker comes in again with the Walker vaporizer. And
Man.
Brandon Gregg, quick work, 2 quick outs for Walker. A little preview to game 3, as I'm sure we're going to see him on the bump to start that one off. Mayo has 4 innings left. Stein has 3 innings left. So,
Yeah, and of course you got Walker and you got Towers in the wings in case you need it. That ball a little low as the count's going to go to 2-1 against Manny. Loses him right here, 3-1 count. Towers is playing.
he's not in the game 2 lineup. I think the Night Owls are going to get him back in there for the game 3 lineup for sure. He did get a hit in game 1. He is out there on defense playing second base currently. Greg Kelly getting his second plate appearance here of game 2. He flared out to the shortstop in his first.
And wiffle ball will humble you just a little bit. And some of these players out here have gotten their fair share of humble pie. They've gotten a slice of that.
Absolutely.
As GK Rabbit up to bat against Walker. And he's seen Walker before. Goes left side. Should be a play by Barry, and it is in time. And that's going to do it for the Snappers as they were trying to get an extra insurance run on the Owls right here. The Owls are going to need 3 right here, Chad. You said last inning that you thought they were going to get 1. Are they going to do it here now? They're going to get 3? That's a no.
I really want to say yes, to be honest with you, but it just doesn't look that way, unfortunately. I think they got to get Towers a plate appearance. I'm very surprised that they pulled him out of the lineup after game 1. I did mention last night and again tonight, they got to take the wheels off. It's time to let Towers just go. They need him. He's a guy that's going to show up every series, and they got to get him hot. They got to get him feeling good out there, and taking him out of the lineup for game 2 is not succeeding in doing that. And you can see they have no runs on the board. So I don't know.
And he's one of the guys that he's a power hitter. He has a good stroke with the wiffle ball bat, and he could put one in the Garden of Serenity fast and make this a game.
Look for him to maybe pinch hit for manager Nick Davila if they can roll this lineup around. Actually, Davila is up 3rd this inning, so look for if they can get a runner on for Towers to jump and grab a bat, hit for Nick. But I see Nick with a bat already in his hand. Nick does have a couple of hits tonight, so maybe not. That's
right side to Manny.
Ooh, tried to go through the 5-hole, but doesn't. Manny, hard throw. Plenty of time. 1 out.
Yeah, it wasn't a smooth look, but he gets the job done for out number 1, and Matty Levine up to bat right now. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Oh, and it gets by Greg Kelly just right under his right arm
I mean,
there.
He thinks he could have had that, but I got news for him. He should not have had that. That was an extremely difficult play. He wanted it, though.
When you're an elite fielder, you feel like anything close to you is something that you should grab.
He feels like someone just scored a goal on him.
Yeah, and that's how it feels.
He shoots, he scores.
It's fast, no doubt, but our reaction times over there on the hot corner are faster than that shot. Like, we could get down and stop that. But, yes, it was a smoking hot wiffle ball to the left side, and we got a runner on second. Davila up to bat, down 0-2
I do see Towers with a bat. It looks like he's going to bat for AJ on deck.
Not a bad switch, lefty versus righty.
Phillips got to find a way on base and make that the tying run. And there it is, down the line, off the wall. Night Owls on the board, tying run to the plate. Nick Davila getting it done.
I love it. Gets a double down the line right when they need it. And we just forecasted this scenario of we needed Josh Towers up with a runner on. See if he could do something here. Top of the sixth.
All these Owl bettors need a really big inning to cover that number right here. We'll lower that line to 1.5, guys, for next game. I think 1.5 is the appropriate adjustment here.
Oh, he barely misses that. Caps is going to make out number 2. Towers knows that was the pitch right there as Cody Giordano up to bat.
Well, if the tying run was on base, I would consider no doubles defense for sure, but
This should do it. He's just going to have to make an easy throw, and he does, and that's going to be the ball game, and the Snappers win 3-1. They do make it exciting there in the top of the 6th. We're going to go into a rubber match, Chad. It is tied up, each team with 1 win.
Yeah,
it was all Owls right there. Good pitching.
All snappers.
All snappers right there. Who did the work right there on offense? I forget.
I don't even know. They just got a few base hits there in I believe it was the 3rd inning, and finally got a couple. 2-run home run, right?
Was it Manny?
Yeah, Manny with the 2-run home run. That's right.
Yeah,
and,
Manny 2-run jack. And I'm getting word that Brandon
1.5 for a line. Let's go minus 1.5 Owls.
Brandon Gregg is going to be the starter for the Snappers. Who's going to go game number 3 for the Owls, do you think?
It's going to be Walker, I'm pretty sure. Towers has not had a very successful season pitching as of right now, and with this series being tied up, the Owls have to go pedal to the metal here and really go after game 3. Let's come back, 15 seconds, Trench.
Sounds
and
good.
Don't go anywhere.
We know.
Game 3, rubber match here. Snappers, Owls. Lineups getting put in that iPad. Hopefully somebody's going to run those up to me right now. We have Brandon Gregg for the Snappers. I'm assuming Jason Walker for the Owls. And, yep, I'm getting the nod that that's correct. And this should be a good one here. I do like the Owls to take this series. What do you think, Trench?
Yeah, I like the Owls as well. I don't know if the Snappers are going to have the firepower 2 games in a row. Remember, they still got Mayo. They got Walker. They got Stein. That 3-headed monster. I'd be surprised if the Snappers are able to put up 2 runs. Remember, home runs do happen. If that doesn't happen, obviously Snappers barely put up any runs this series. But, yeah, I got the Owls taking game number 3.
So we got some lineups here going on.
What do we got?
Visiting team is Night Owls, Cody Giordano, James Stein, Nick Davila, Barry Hutter, Matty Levine back in the lineup, AJ Petrovsky in the 6 hole. That still means no Towers and no Mayo in the lineup. So Nick's got 8 capable hitters here tonight. He's got a tough decision every game on which 2 aren't in the lineup. And Towers getting the short end of the stick here tonight. On the bench here again in game number 3. Briner Santianis back in the 2 hole. Brandon Gregg into the 3 hole. Harley into the 4 hole. Murphy in the 5 hole. And as I kind of thought tonight we would see more of, we're going to get Jesse Capps in the 6 hole. Hit a big 3-run home run last week.
Wow.
Down 5-1 in the last inning to make that one interesting. And Jesse Capps, I really believe, deserves some more chances out here. He's an athlete. He's working since day 1 out here. He's gotten so much better. And
he's one of those hitters that I can't stand facing him when people don't. He's not really a free swinger, so you have to really hit that pan or throw something that is definitely going to look like a strike for those guys to hit. It's very easy to go down 2-1 against those guys, and now you got to lay something in there. Otherwise, it's 3-1, and now you really got to go back to back. And those guys have really good eyes, and they could take a lot of walks.
Jesse's, he's a little gnat up at the plate. He's tough. He tries to be a tough out at least and see some pitches. And he's improved a lot. I'm interested to see him take a couple of plate appearances here against Walker. Walker's a guy he can see, I think, too. He's a balanced hitter and a patient hitter, and Walker likes to throw a lot of slow stuff. So we'll see. The Snappers have a chance here for sure. Night Owls didn't score last game into the last inning. One back-to-back doubles was all they could muster.
Yeah, and remember last week, Brandon Gregg only gave up 1 run to the Legends, on a 1-hitter. And the Legends have a monster lineup, as you saw last night against the Ones. And he threw a 1-hitter.
Against the Legends?
Yes.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Or was it 2? Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Last week, he won 1-0 against... who were they playing last week? I've already forgot.
You sure it wasn't us? It was us. It was us.
Oh, okay. Then I'm talking 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
No, you guys did. He won the game 1-0. I remember.
Yeah, against us.
You said he gave up 1 run.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I was talking about.
1 hit he gave up.
You didn't graduate
1 hit.
6th grade.
I didn't know what you were talking about, clearly. Trent, you're in a zone tonight, huh, buddy?
I'm just filling in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just filling in, man. Good tink action. There's nothing you could do with that pitch. Brandon Gregg, K's Cody right there as James Stein will be up to bat right now.
Hit a big 2-run home run in game 1 to give the Night Owls that 3-0 win. Got the save in that game on the mound.
And that's what I want to kind of allude to a little bit, as it really hasn't been a string of hits for either team. Just a couple bops that have gone over the fence that have decided the game. A lot of the times these games are decided by multiple hits or walks or whatnot. So we'll see what happens here in game number 3.
Guys, no time to wait with those wiffle points. Get a nice big juicy wager in there. Give yourself something to root for. Stein, hard grounder. Manny playing shallow. Picks it up. Takes a couple of bounces. Fires it in. Second out. Night Owls minus 1.5 runs. Got to win by 2. Looks like about 180 on the Night Owls. About 110. Getting a little bit of value to take the Snappers and getting a 1.5.
Wow, most likely to be traded at the deadline. There is a poll up right now, but let's wait and see what Nick Davila does. He's having a little bit of a hot night. Kind of got something started in the top of the 6th last game.
Let me stop the Trench voting right now because Trench is not going anywhere this season. So you just don't vote for Trench because you're not going to be right. But those other 4 guys, oh no, Stein's not going anywhere. You can't trade Stein. It doesn't. He's a Night Owl forever. Look at Cap's hands on the dive. Amazing. Jesse Cap's locking up that gold glove here early in the season. He's been fantastic, Trench.
Yeah, he's been awesome out there on the infield, making really, really good plays, diving all over the place. And he just, even if the ball is past the infield, he doesn't play till the ball is dead, or it doesn't stop till the ball is dead. He will run as far as he can, as quick as he can to try to make a play until somebody says, don't throw the ball.
Yep.
That's when he stops. And I love seeing him like that, very Pete Rose of him to be performing at such a high level.
I'm feeling some extra innings here in this game, Trench. Feeling some extra innings.
Okay, so it went from, I don't know if the Snappers are going to do anything, to now you're going into extra innings.
Extra innings. 1-1 and extras we're going to have.
I see how you are.
We're due. These games have been too close. Not a lot of runs to come by. It's a good chance the teams kind of end up on the same number by 6 innings. And last night, we needed 9 innings to decide game 3.
I don't think you're going to see much more action in the trade department. Maybe one-ish name in there somewhere. But I think each one of these teams are kind of locked and loaded, looking to the future of the playoffs and getting in there and seeing what they could do. Or just staying out of relegation as well.
Trade deadline ends after week 13. This is week 9. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 4 more weeks, basically a month till the trade deadline. I do kind of agree with you. I think these the big moves we've seen have passed. There might be one more little move, maybe some bench guys getting shipped around a little bit.
I mean, you'd have to really put some packages together, possibly some 3-team deals.
That's right.
To see any big names moving around. So I'm not going to say that none of these names could happen or whatnot, but you'd have to see some monumental trades as Taylor Briner is up to bat here in the bottom of the 1st. Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. I got it. I actually didn't need you anyway. Trench here alone in the booth. 0-2 count to Taylor Briner. I'm just going to center myself up. It's like a load off when he gets out of the booth, isn't it, guys? Jeez. You could see him really flexing that hand. When he swings and doesn't make full contact, it really, really jams him up. As the last time he did that, taking a little extra time, he hit a home run. This time it barely goes foul, 0-2 count. Walker comes in one more time, down low. It does bounce on the turf first. It's going to be a 1-2 count. Ooh. Swing, foul tip by Briner one more time. And again, if I'm... Oh, you're back? Okay. That's unfortunate. 2-2 count. Again, a lot of people talking about...
What'd you say?
No, so welcome back to the booth.
Thank you.
I knew if he laid into that, I knew if Walker threw that same pitch, that was going to be a Briner home run.
Taylor Briner. Geez, that must feel pretty good to him. He's not very happy with himself here. His numbers are way down this season. He's trying to get heated back up. That wrist is healing slowly but surely, and he puts the snappers on the board here in the first inning.
A lot of people are thinking Josh Towers might be traded at the deadline. And if you're, if you're the number one draft pick, and you do have some game, and you're not getting the playing time you thought maybe that you were going to get, there might be a trade coming up. You never know. But 1-0 Taylor Briner, solo shot. As there's one thing I've learned over the course of PLW.
Good play by Maddie or Stein?
No,
Stein. Beautiful job. These guys, you can tell their skill. Those balls, I've been watching those go through almost every infield. Those balls that are whipping on the ground and turning, and he's using his hands. It's so difficult. He couldn't even get his body in front of that. That was hand to face.
Well, I think it's because his body is as wide as his hand.
Really confident on that fly ball. James Stein, been here before.
Stein's 2 hand widths wide.
His hands are that big?
Yeah, he's hand width. Meg Snowbird, what's going on? I wonder if she is from Canada. And yes, that is Josh Towers, the former Blue Jay. He plays for the Owls. Welcome to PLW Nation. You are now locked in here with Trench Picone and Chad Sparkle Phillips in the booth.
And if all you TikTokers want to get locked in, get that Twitch app on your phone, and you see the URL there right on the field in front of you, Premier WIFFLE on Twitch. #1 stream on Twitch right now. Get over there. Check it out. It's incredible.
Chad, I will buy you dinner if you could tell me what URL stands for. Winner, winner, Trench. I love it. You don't know, just like me.
Trench, that's not my department.
I have no clue. If somebody said, point out a URL, I have no clue what it is.
I didn't even know what a URL was until you put that thing on the field.
Meg Snowbird, tell us a little bit about yourself. How do you know the name Josh Towers? Are you a Toronto Blue Jays fan? And how do you get to PLW Nation over here on Twitch? Whoa. Chris, I don't know all the tournament stuff, but Tom down there could probably throw something on that Slack stream, and I could read it.
We got a new who's going to be traded at the trade deadline. Bauer, Couts, Christie, Battistoni, Roosh. Well, Logan Christie was just traded to the Warbirds, so it's not going to be him. Roosh isn't going anywhere. Couts, good luck with that.
None of those guys are going anywhere.
Yeah, all 5 of those. Nobody should vote. Nobody's going anywhere.
Final answer.
Yeah.
I don't have to phone a friend. I don't have to ask the audience. That's final answer. You could just eliminate that poll. But people are liking it, and they're saying Trevor Bauer might go.
I guess that's the one guy.
If there was going to be one guy.
Yeah, it seems extremely unlikely, of course, but they could get a nice two. The Bombers are, a little lacking in the bench and the depth of their team right now with Big Al hurt. Currently, hopefully he's healing up and getting ready to get back out there.
There it is. Mateo saying TB is going nowhere.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The only reason I say TB could go somewhere is because his last name doesn't match the rest of the family. Trevor Fernandez is the only reason,
I think they have a cousin named Trevor.
And the Dragon Lady saying that would be interesting. Haven't seen her all night.
It might have happened. It's possible.
Hutter there on first base as Levine takes top tink right there. As we hang out with 420 viewers. I know Logan and Tom down in the dungeon love that viewership count.
Ball was kind of playable. Kelly couldn't get there in time. It landed right on the...
Didn't the Legends lose a game because Taravella threw a ball that hit like a water bottle or something like that?
Lose a game's a little strong. I believe it was a play in the first inning.
No, we lost the whole series because of that play.
Maybe. You might have. Yep, the top of the dugout is out of play, but the sides of the dugout are in play. If you find the top, you're going to hit an object or a water bottle or something, and it's dead up there.
A.J. Petrosky up right now. And one person thinks Adam Couts is going to get traded, and we should probably put that person on mute.
Yeah, A.J. not a good swing on the first pitch. Got to have a better approach than that. It's surprising from A.J. Takes that ball away, though. Didn't lose the series, Trench. You didn't lose that series.
Oh, good. Jesse
Caps, beautiful job. He's going to do it himself, and he's going to turn a double play.
Man, he's a great shortstop. He probably has one of the better dart throws from second base, as we were talking about earlier in the show.
Just give him a Gold Glove now. I've already said it a couple times.
We're
tonight.
halfway through the season.
That was a tough play. That ball skipped hard and up on him. It was to his
Gold
side.
Gloves halfway through.
Oh, he's just so incredible out there.
I'm sure you gave yourself the Cy Young already because you threw a couple good pitches against the whatever team you were playing.
I'll never win another Cy Young, buddy.
I don't even know if I could classify our season 0 as you even winning a Cy Young.
No, I agree with that, but I still won it, and it still happened.
It's not on the record or in the stat sheets, is it?
No, it's in my mind, Trench.
Gotcha.
It happened.
That's
I
fading
remember.
fast, so I don't know how we're going to duplicate that.
A lot of hot cocos to celebrate that season. We lost to you guys, the Sand Vipers, in season 0. If nobody knows, it was Sand Vipers Warbirds in the final. And I pitched game 1 and lost 1-0 on a Casey Herzog double down the line in the 4th. And then we got beat 11-1 and mercied in 3 innings in game number 2 as the Sand Vipers took the season 0 championship.
So I have a phantom championship in season 0 and a championship in season 3. I also will tell the fans at home a great co-ed championship run that old Trenchy made against Adam Tannick and the most put-together co-ed team of all time. And my team was just scrappy and wanting to win. I'll give you the lowdown of that a little bit later. PLW Caro was on that team. Oh, what a play.
And he knocks it out of play.
Barry,
2 bases.
I hate that opening right there. I do. Can we put a net or something in front of that? How is that even a thing?
Trench, it's a ground rule. Do you know how many Major League parks have funky stuff going on? Where
is it that close to third base?
Several Major League parks have serious caveats that don't make a lot of sense.
I don't eat caviar, so I don't care.
Is that vegan?
No. But I mean, it's like right there.
It is right there. It involves the third baseman to have a little bit more control. He's not able to slap that ball, and if you get lucky and he slaps it forward a little, it'll go off the little side fence there, and he can go play it. But didn't work out that way for Barry that time. Snappers are in business here. Here's Caps. Looking forward to seeing this one, but it's quick. I missed it.
TB7 is the only run scored so far in this game. Ryan Murphy is there on second base. You know, Jason Walker remembers that last encounter against TB7.
Yeah, Trench, I see a very, very happy place for Taylor, and it's about 60 feet that way on first base. And that's where they should just put four fingers up right now. And once he locks in, you got to be careful with him. Some of these guys you can go after. Even Tanek's kind of the same way. Like early in the series, early in the game, you kind of attack him, but then it's the fifth inning, and you guys are down 2-1, and there's a guy on second. You can't pitch to Adam there. He's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, there's only two people that pop in my mind that when they're laser focused, and I'll add a third in Ryan Chen on the outskirts of the top two, but Tanek and Briner, when they are like that focused player, they are almost impossible to get out.
I got to put Dodos slightly ahead of Chen there. Dodos is a fiery guy, and when he gets in the zone, look out. Double play ball, not a double play ball with nobody on first.
Look at that.
I'm pretty sure it hit him, and it's dirty, but no, Cody's saying clean
right
through the legs.
the 1-2 hole.
And that's an error on Hutter. That's going to be no RBI for the batter. Ryan Murphy comes around to give the Snappers a 2-0 lead.
He can't believe that went through his leg. He was like all squared up, ready to defend that.
Just so you know, that play was easier than Jesse's 3 or 4 most difficult plays tonight. Jesse, yeah, that's why I got to give Jesse lots of credit. He makes them look so easy. Those are extremely tricky plays he's handling, and that was a tricky one too, but Hutter needed to at least knock it down.
Yeah, it gets the Snaps up 2-0 against the Owls. An unfortunate ground rule double put Ryan Murphy on 2, an error on the third base side, and now the Snappers are feeling all sorts of snappy here in the bottom of the second. Game number 3, as there's going to be a spinner. A bad throw by Walk right there is going to put runners on first and second.
Back-to-back errors by the Night Owls, those sleeping wiffle gods you referred to about a half an hour ago. They are up and angry.
They are not happy about the play right now.
And those 2 errors are going to cost Walker his time on the mound tonight. Walker's going to walk off as Kirby drives on. And big Brandon Mayo back to the hill.
Yeah, not a good spot. 1 out in the bottom of the second as 415 viewers, half of which probably have the Owls minus 1.5, and they're not liking what is going on in that little bird nest of the Night Owls, as this should be their time to shine, as it's in their name.
Yeah, Mayo 4 innings left.
The Snappers, they should be hibernating right now, sleeping the night away.
Hibernating? It's in April.
Whatever. They should be sleeping.
Goodness.
But the Night Owls should be awake, ready to go, jumping all over their prey. But right now there's runners on first and second with Brandon Gregg up. Anyhow, why don't you talk to TikTok? But don't talk too long because you hurt my ears.
TikTok, come to Twitch.
Perfect. Well done, Chad. You really pumped them up right there. Let's see our viewership just skyrocket. Oh, it went down 5 since you did that. Let me properly tell you. I'll do it for you here in a minute. There's a certain...
Je ne sais quoi?
See what?
Mayo, 2 on, 1 out. Looking to get out of this jam, keep his team in the game. Rubber match here.
You got to have a certain suave, Chad, and you've probably never had that in your life. But I'll show you how to do it after this inning.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to get my pen.
Oh, look at that. Some people are talking about going back to TikTok. Brandon Gregg brings out his cement wedge right there. Gets a little piece, 1-2 count.
Brandon, we saw start game 1. Got his Night Owls the win. Went 4 1/3. That's hit well and deep, and it's back. It's gone! Brandon Gregg, a 3-run bomb. Some separation here. Trench 5-0 Snappers. First time tonight we've seen any type of separation between these two teams.
Yeah, it's going to be a long shot if you want to see this game go extra innings.
Oh,
What?
Oh, I guess we lost sight of the ball. I guess I'm being told that AJ actually caught the ball as it hit the wall and kind of trapped it up against it, so we didn't ever see the ball. It's only a triple. I'll take my call back, Trench. That's sad. 4-0, not 5-0.
You're doing good tonight. I'll give you a
You
B.
thought that was gone too, right?
I didn't make the call. Did you see me say home run ball? It looked like it might have been caught, honestly, but your vision's not as good as mine.
Yeah, Greg Kelly pointed that out to me earlier.
What?
That my vision's not good, but you guys are mistaken. Just tough depth perception out here. That it looked like that was over the fence, but you know it was over. You're just giving me a hard time.
No, I really didn't think it was. I thought he might make a play on it.
Well, he's going to tag. He can't tag up his 2 outs. Bad inning here for me. I'm gonna put the headset down and let you finish
done.
it. I'm done for the inning.
You're done. All right. We're back to good now. Ryan Murphy up to bat. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Runner on third. Brandon Gregg triple off the fence as Mayo pitches a little bit outside. Watch for a big sidearm. Inside goes to Hutter. He's going to have to make a throw. Deadpan out number 3. But the Snappers going full bite mode on the Owls right now. And the Owls are going to have to do something here in the top of the third. Now, I'll give you another 30 seconds, Chad. Oh, okay.
Brandon Gregg, who was the hitter, just came into his bench and said, "Hey, I thought that was a home run." So,
Yeah, him saying it is okay.
yeah, okay.
But here come the Owls. It looks like Cody is going to be starting off this inning for them, and they're going to have something hot coming in right now as they're down by 4, and that's a big number in a series like this where, runs are kind of very limited.
Yeah, 3-0 game 1 Night Owls, 3-1 game 2 Snappers, 2 pitchers duels, and both offenses struggling to make hard contact tonight. Night Owls need to get something going. I really, really think Josh Towers needs to get into this batting lineup. I'm very surprised he's not in it. I know Nick's going to watch this later, and I know Nick does value my opinion on that stuff, but Stein is making the lineups tonight, I was told, so Nick is staying true to that, I guess. And Stein,
You don't think there's any hey, listen, Stein, I know that you're making moves, but I own the team. I got to make this move right now.
It's possible, but Nick is a man of his word, man. When he says something and he said Stein's got the offense tonight, then I think he's letting Stein do it here.
He is. He is true ball player, man of his words, as Cody is going to go down, and Brandon's kind of dealing right now.
Brandon's really, the last 3 appearances, been excellent out there.
The weather out here is beautiful. There's no wind, no breeze. It's probably 70 degrees out. You could play all night. I remember we did the Guinness World Book of Record. It kind of felt like this a little bit, and but the next day it was in the 90s, and I almost passed out.
31 straight hours of wiffle ball we played, 10 of us.
Nick DeVella was in there, Tom Gannon, me and Tanik, you. Was Maddie Levine in there?
No.
Who else was in there?
Joe Tehan.
Joe Tehan. Tom, you remember. Put it on that little Slack thing. Oh, Mark Rebstock. Austin Aries.
Casey
the former
Herzog.
WWE wrestler who's still out there. He was a Viper in season 1, I believe. I have an action figure of him. Good dude. He's actually in town. I'm going to go have lunch with him this week.
Stein with a really good located screwball. He missed that by a lot and goes down swinging.
You know who the real records were in that Guinness World Book of Records attempt? Were the PLW hotties. Remember them bringing out all sorts of smoothies and food?
I think I had 5 acai bowls.
Acai bowls.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right, Chad.
Phew. Figured I didn't.
I don't want to deal with it. Ooh, good eye. By Davila, right there.
Good pitch. Really good. Nothing Nick could have done with that one if he swung on 0-2. A lot of pitchers don't throw strikes down here on 0-2. Batters are starting to trend toward taking more on 0-2. Understanding pitchers are trying to throw something that's not going to be a strike. Nick evens the count up. 2-2 now. Looking to get something going here with 2 outs for the Night Owls.
I know, Dragon Lady. How many times can you correct one of your top people in the league?
A lot of spin.
It's going to go foul if he doesn't get it, but he does. And
He bobbles it.
good play by Manny there. Ball was moving.
Yeah, RPM City right there.
Brandon Gregg with another shutdown inning, and he's through 3 innings of play now. Brandon, I don't know if he's given up a run. He might be on a streak of 10, 12, even a couple more innings. Maybe somebody go in the stats and check out Brandon's game log and see how many scoreless innings he has in a row. I know it's at least 8, and I'm guessing it's a couple more than that at least. I know he was really good against the... No, it was the Legends that he was good against, right? That was that one game that he was great against. And that's good to see him.
I don't know if he came back in that series, though.
That was game 3, I believe, wasn't it? No, it was game 2.
Game
It was
2.
game 2, yep.
He might have come in that game 3. I'm not sure, but somebody in that statistician world, we could talk to some of our people in Boston that work for PLW.
I got a guy in Montana too, Trench. I'll send him a text.
It's good to see 400 viewers still tuned in on a Thursday night. Remember, tomorrow night, big time matchup, Vaders versus the Cajuns. And
Now, Mayo, right on the 55 there.
I'm a little stuck on how I feel about the Cajuns right now. Sometimes they play really well, sometimes they're not. Their record is kind of how that should be showing. But I want to see if they could rise right now and ascend into, the top 3 or 4 area of the PLW standings with some wins.
Bo Evans has been playing really well. I see him in the 3-hole tomorrow night. He's going to be a big key to them getting going tomorrow night. As you see Jesse Capps offer at a pitch down in the dirt, upset with himself. He doesn't get a lot of chances. He hates to waste that swinging at a pitch like that. We got a pinch hitter up now. It looks like we have pinch hitter. No,
J-Dub.
but Jesse's in the 6-hole.
Okay. Adding to the bottom.
7-hole. The Snappers have added a 7th spot. I knew they wasn't pinch hitting for Taylor. So it's not a pinch hitter.
Look at J-Dub rocking the garden glove still. Why is his head down? It looks like maybe he had a bad swing right there. Oh, that's too bad. And it looks like he's on the bench right there. That's not good. Those weren't good pictures of J-Dub at all. Maybe he's the coach, and he only gets an at-bat or 2 every so often, and he was a third base coach there.
I think he's the assistant.
Looks like he has the same head slouch as he did in that picture as he did right there.
Taylor Briner with his fresh haircut here. that garden glove sure does travel, Trench, huh?
Oh, man. Every time he posts on, Facebook, they're
Placing second. They win this. They're traveling here. TB7 up to bat right now. Bottom third. He's starting to come around, though. When that hand heals, and I remember you talking one time about how he drives the ball with his left forearm and wrist, and that's where all his power is generated. When that starts to heal up, he's going to get there. They're the best team in Vegas, his softball team.
Eric Hosmer's girlfriend is pregnant. It's a pretty funny comment. Who cares?
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
He plays for the Padres. For Padres first base.
Got it.
Was a Royal for 10 years. Six-inning games here, guys. 6-inning games. Mayo can only get through the 5th here. He has this inning and 2 more. This is his 7th inning of work tonight. 9 innings max for a pitcher. Stein does have 3 remaining. That's hit hard, and it dipped on Giordano. He jumped, and again, second time tonight we've seen Giordano try and jump high for a line drive that ended up head high. So you can see the difficult. Yeah, he's showing right now the little dip it took and tricky.
Yeah, he really, TB7 really reached for that one down low to grab that as Manny Santillanes up to bat right now takes a man hack
64,
at that
though.
one.
Mayo knows the scouting report well and just attacks it right away. Very, very hard to turn 64 around. 55 is equal to about 85. 64, you're looking up near 100 miles per hour on the reaction time because we're 42 feet, basically. It's 43 and a half feet to the pan, I think, but the pan is deeper, and by the time the pitcher releases, it's coming from under 40 feet. A pitcher like Mayo, who stands at 6'4", able to really reach forward and cut that distance down, as you see a lot of snappers chasing that Mayo drop into the dirt. He is a monster out there. Brandon Mayo, he pitched his 100th game last week. He's the fourth player to pitch a 100th game. Brandon Mayo is over 300 career innings now. Him and Taylor Bryan are the only two in PLW history with 100 innings, with 300 innings pitched. So Mayo is a fixture in this league, and if you want to beat the Night Owls, you got to get through him first.
Sparent, I mean, the Legends are a ball club. All of those guys are hitters. Very difficult to crack that lineup.
Trench, why don't you answer his question there?
I am.
Oh. All right.
They're all studs.
Yeah, they are.
What are you going to do? I am 2 RBIs away from 100, and I know only like 10 guys have cracked that 100 RBI thing. If you look up my career stats on the stats sheets, well, Trenchy's not too bad.
No, you've got some pretty good career numbers, and you're a tough out, and you lead the PLW in career Grand Slams as well. I'm confident at that. I think it's 8 or 9 you got. And
No, not that high. I think it's 6 or 7.
It's at least 7.
I think I could have had 9, but Bruce and who else jammed me?
2 guys took him back from you.
Bruce
yeah.
got one from me.
Bruce had a big man scream when he got that one too.
I wanted that one because that was off you. You pitched that to me.
Yeah,
You son of a.
Bruce might be the career leader in home runs robbed, and he's taken back 4 or 5 home runs, and he doesn't even play outfield that often. We got.
Whoa! What's the real Wumbo talking about? Somebody school my boy. Can't come into that chat.
We got Barry Hutter here in the 4-hole. Hutter, Levine, Petrovsky, Dew here in the 4th. Night Owls got to get something going.
It's going to get there?
It's not. Cheap line. You see out there that plays exactly like the first and third base line. Ball's got to be played within those confines. Barry's a tough guy to strike out normally. 56, and Barry gets away with one there.
DCH, perfect answer. Love it. 2-2 count. Top of the 4th. The Owls really need to get something going right here. Goes right side. Manny getting a lot of work over there.
Good throw. Manny's come a long way with that arm since he's come into this league and got a lot of confidence in him getting that ball to the backstop where that wasn't the case for, quite some time. Ball game. Why don't you tuck to TikTok, because clearly I don't know how. I have my pen out. I'm still waiting for this.
Yeah, I'll wait after this 0-2 count. It's all about timing, Chad, and honestly, I'm not going to take advice from you. I'm going to do it on my own terms.
I was just testing you.
A little bit outside by Brandon Gregg right there. As Maddie's looking at a 1-2 count. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Maddie known to every once in a while just pop one out there.
Caps uses his hands out in front of his body again. It's just so impressive, Trench.
I mean, the guy was like a professional tennis player, so he's seen serves coming in at 130, so the wiffle ball coming in at 75. He's got that.
It's just an odd approach, as he's getting in front of the ball to use his body, but then he uses his hands instead. If that was you out there, you would have just let that go off your chest or whatever and just bodied it down.
Yeah, I'm going to body it.
I mean, you might use your hands there, but Jesse's got his hands out in front of his body, and he's still in front of it.
However you get it to the backstop, I don't care. Just get it to the backstop. Those might be some lyrics on my next song.
Snappers go 4 infielders here for AJ, which is very interesting. AJ is the last guy on the Night Owls I would think of 4 infielders for, but they get the strikeout, and the Snappers look strong here, which kind of proving us wrong tonight. Not really. They didn't score a lot of runs tonight as we predicted, but the Night Owls haven't scored any runs here in the last 2 runs in the last like 17 innings. Oh, look at this. I was just informed by a manager.
What we
in
have
this
some
league.
news? Wait, give me a lead up to it. Don't just throw it out there. You got to give the fans a lead up. Give me a lead up.
I don't know what kind of lead up I can
Can
do.
I read it? Can I lead up to? Can I?
Trench.
Go ahead.
There was a trade, and they're going to announce it tomorrow night on air.
Oh.
There's not a lot I can lead up to. I'm leading up to tomorrow night right now.
You don't know the trade.
I don't know the trade. One of the managers have just informed me
Gotcha.
that a trade has been made, and it will be announced tomorrow night after the first game. I'm assuming is usually when we do that, but don't hold me to that. I'm not in the booth tomorrow, so no legends are involved, I'm being told. That's the only hint you're going to get. No legends are involved. And I'll tell you, no Lightning are involved either, so that means that it's one of the other 8 teams. That sounded like it bounced. Did it bounce? I don't know. No, it didn't bounce. It was good. Just enough height. Batter's out.
If there's a trade that is being announced, it's probably going to be a decent sized one. I'm going to say it's a B minus. I don't know if major names are going to be bounced around, and even if major names were bounced around, say it was a big time Night Owl pitcher. Swing and a miss by Harley right there, goes down.
That's Harley's problem up there. He chases a lot of pitches like that. He's got to get more discipline if he wants to get that average up.
In my head, I feel like there might be a Night Owls trade looming with the team, but
I'm going to predict. I know nothing. Honestly, I know it's not Legends, and I know it's not Lightning. That is the only information that I know as well.
Okay.
I'm going to predict that the Vaders made a trade. And let me think of who they might have made it with. Chris has an itchy finger. Warfield has an itchy trigger.
It's got to be the War Chicken. Something's going down in that clubhouse. They're on a very, very bad losing streak. They've had a lot of unlucky stuff going on right there. I think they need an energy player.
I'm going Vaders Warbirds then. That was the trade. It was between the Vaders and the Warbirds. That viewers is 100% a guess. I do not know.
I like that call right there. Guys, what do you think is going on? We also have a poll up in the chat. Who is the best rookie? Kyle Etter, Cody Runnels, Will Morris, Mark Tavano, or James Perez?
Cody Runnels running away with that now. And, Kyle Etter did have a big lead in that Rookie of the Year to start this season through like 4 or 5 weeks. He got hurt. He's got an ankle injury. He didn't know if he was going to be able to go, but he has been able to tough it out, and he's not fielding as much, but he's definitely been taking his at-bats. I don't think he looks as good as he did at the beginning of the season. I think the injury is hampering him a little bit, but he's still producing. He's still driving the ball, and I believe it's going to come down to a Runnels-Etter battle at the end of the season for that Rookie of the Year.
Look at that. Is Patricus calling his own name? Is he on the move right now? And that'd be a tough move to lose a pitcher like that when they need pitching.
If Patricus is on the move and he's not coming to my team, I'm very, very upset.
Well, he's not coming to your team because you're not making any trade.
For Patricus, I'm in. I'm in on that trade.
Every team's going to be in for Patricus. The guy's a workhorse.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's staying.
Todos isn't going anywhere either. But you got a Burner, you got a Merciel. I don't know, though.
Listen, nobody is safe. Big time stuff is coming on. I wish we had a little more action on that. Manny totally gets fooled. He's going to have to make a throw from his knees.
Strike zone. Beautifully done by Santillanes. Bailed out by the strike zone.
Goes back to his heritage, does a little hop and a dance. Manny. Are you getting more information, Chad?
Just more speculation I'm getting. More
gotcha.
speculation. It's maybe Buck Burner on the move. Maybe Sean Merciel on the move.
Wow.
Scott Burley from the Vaders?
Yeah, I mean, the Vaders do have a big-time pitching lineup as it's the top of the fifth, 2-1 count against James Stein. And Tanik, out of the blue, comes alive.
Whoa, Tanik, that's the last chat I expected to see come from
Multiple
this chat right now.
big names coming from Adam Tanik, the commissioner himself, who has been lost somewhere on Earth.
I think he fell off a reef out in the Costa Rica a couple of weeks ago, but hopefully he's back soon. Good to see him in the chat. Commissioner Adam Tanik.
Oh yeah, is he even able to talk because he's suspended?
No, his suspension's long over, buddy. Stein fighting off several pitches here.
And the chat erupting, seeing life from Mr. Tanik himself.
That's not going to make it fair. We've seen a lot of those little balls today that are in fair ground in baseball, but with that cheap line, it's got to get across that. You don't get no cheap hits out here in wiffle ball.
Listen, to me, multiple big teams means more than two.
No, multiple big names.
Oh, big names.
Not teams.
Oh. And Copel, welcome. Subscription. Love it. Stein to the left
Look
side.
at Caps. Look at Caps. Beautifully done, man.
Good play as Cody Runnels is going to take Rookie of the Year.
This is the best shortstop night I might have ever seen in PLW history. Jesse has made every single play, and at least a handful have been a high degree of difficulty. He seems to have all the right moves out there, Trench.
Yeah, he's really dancing around out there.
Here we go, 4 infielders again for Davila this time. Snapper's playing aggressive on defense. I do like it. Davila goes the other way, back, and gone into the trees.
Hey, with that big-time bat flip. I don't know about you, but that dude has got some monster plant power running through those veins.
And Brandon Gregg is human out there, finally gives up a run. Been so strong the past week, but with that 4-1 lead, pitching to contact, that solo home run is not going to hurt them very much. The Owls have to get more going, and with 2 outs here in the second to last inning, only 4 outs to work with, they better start now.
It's not going to be the Night Owls because is Davila making trades right before he gets up to bat?
Yeah, no, it's probably not one of these 2 teams on the field as well, but again, it could be, but I'm going to say it's probably not. It's probably not the Bombers. We've narrowed half the league out on that trade.
And Cody Runnels, they're thinking Rookie of the Year. Josh Towers' name has been dropped in the hat, a possible trade. I don't know if he's going to be going anywhere right now. It's hard for Davila to trade anybody on his squad because he has out-of-town people. He might need Towers' bat. He might need him to pitch if there's not a Stein and whatnot coming in or a Dalby.
You know who I could see Towers fitting very well in this league? Right here on these snappers. They need exactly Josh Towers. They need a third pitcher, fourth pitcher, and a solid batter they can just drop in the 3-hole. I mean, they've had a different hitter in the 2-hole all 3 games tonight, Trench. Most teams are not changing their 2-hole around. I would say all 9 teams in this league have 1, 2, 3, 4 basically locked down in the lineup, and the snappers have changed those spots after Taylor Briner in each of the 3 games. They just don't know how to generate offense. They've done a pretty decent job of it tonight, and they're in command of this series right now.
I'm going to be commentating tomorrow night, another big-time trade. I wonder if I'm going to get a little piece of paper once again.
You will. You will get a piece of paper as you see Brandon Gregg with another strikeout, gives up that solo home run to Davila, but that's the only damage this game so far against the Snappers, and they got a 4-1 lead, 1 inning left to play. Mayo, last inning of work here, it's his 9th. It seems to be pretty common the last month or 2, Trench, that Mayo, when he shows up, it's all 9 innings, man. They just exhaust him. They've used him very well. Their offense just isn't helping out enough right now.
And remember, Brandon Mayo was one of those pitchers that came into the league and he could not find the 55 and under. He was always 57, 57, 58, 58. And now that he's found that speedometer, He's looking good.
He is. He's been bit by the home run bug over the years a little bit. It seems like he's just dominant, and then he gives up a 2-run home run, and that's kind of been the theme for Brandon. More dominance than 2-run home runs for sure, but that he doesn't give up a lot of hits, and he doesn't walk a lot of guys. So that's the way you gotta get to him. You gotta drive the ball, and here we go. We got Scott Labrato.
Yeah, I figured
getting an AB here.
I figured he'd be thrown into the game. And this dude is straight raw wiffle ball. Love it. When he was out here in tryouts,
It's gonna stay foul.
he was really doing well. And that's why he was picked up by the Snappers.
We all know tryouts and a PLW game are completely different things, and I'm not sure if he ever has a career PLW hit.
And Tanik saying, scroll back up real quick on the chat. He was saying it doesn't involve the Bombers, the Legends, the Ones, or the Lightning. So it could involve the Vaders, Warbirds, Snappers, Cajuns.
You think it involves the Vipers? Vipers, Vaders? No, Vipers, Warbirds. I think the Warbirds have to be involved.
I think the Warbirds are involved. I know the Chicken and Tanik, they always have itchy fingers for sure. But here's the thing. I'd be surprised. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Tanik has a way of wooing people into trades.
Mile fires one by Labrato.
You don't want to help out a team that you might, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to help out one of the teams in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you give the Vipers an elite pitcher only to face them possibly? You know what I'm saying? So, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a big trade involved with them, as if Tanik is coming alive.
I want to personally reach out and thank Andrew Leday for helping my team out, because I needed Anthony Michael in the middle of my lineup, like you read about, man, and that helped my team. We'll replace Devlin's innings on the mound somehow. And
look, Patricus is saying Trench for the bench.
Patricus for what?
Mayo for Hicks, Evan Shield says.
Nah.
Listen, dude, Hicks ain't going nowhere.
That's correct.
Here, let me just trade a dude that.
Actually, if there's one guy in the league that's not going anywhere, it's Hicks. He's the most locked down
trade
player.
one of the best shortstops, finest hitters in the league. Not happening.
It's not happening. You just need like 4.5 really good pieces out here, and you can win a championship.
Of course.
Tanik's got 3 right now, and hoping Tavano develops into a 4th still. Nick trying to bat that up in the air, it looked like maybe, but he didn't catch it, and Taylor's on first. I'm not sure if it probably goes down as a hit. Pretty tough play there.
Yeah. The Dragon Lady to the Vipers?
Dragon Lady to the Vipers. Here's Manny. Hit a 2-run home run in game 2. Snappers won that game 3-1.
There's no doubt it's going to be the Chicken involved. They live for this type of stuff. If they could trade players every other week, they would. One count. Manny goes to 1-2 count.
Tough 12-6 for Mayo there. He lives off that pitch. And I expect to see the same pitch again after that swing. There it is. It stayed up a little bit, but he still can't do anything with it. The easy flip to second for the fielder's choice. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here. Night Owls need something now, Trench, and they need it right now.
Top of 6.
Same thing last game. They were down 3-zip going to the 6th. They got a small rally going, but it wasn't enough. It was certainly too little too late. See Brandon Gregg looking for the complete game here. I don't think he has any career PLW complete games in his career.
He does against us. Yeah.
No, he walked out of that game in the 5th. He walked out. Yeah, last week he threw 5, and Taylor had to come in and get the last 3 outs.
Oh wow, he's still dealing though. Love seeing that.
Yeah, he's been improving. He's kind of got the Dodos path through the PLW. Who Dodos could get through an inning then 2, then 3, then 4. He was starting to get really mad at himself when it was 4 and 5 because he wants to finish, and now he's been able to finish some games. He's not afraid to walk out. Dodos is never going to give in to you, and he's going to walk out and give the ball to one of his teammates and trust him, which is the play all the time. Some tough hitters here. Only so much you can do with a 55-mile-an-hour pitch. But Brandon Gregg's looking to get his first career PLW complete game, I'm pretty sure. 3-run lead to work with. Matty Levine going to lead off. He'll be followed by A.J. Petrovsky. Brandon Gregg can't catch it. It kind of stays near him enough, and he's able to gather and throw for the first out of the inning. A.J., then Cody, then to Stein. Look for an A.J. single here, right here. Look for him to stay back and put one in play. He knows this game. He knows that he needs to get on base. He's not going to be looking for a home run here. They go to the 4 infielders set again, though. Snappers back in that aggressive defense. 3 guys on the left side and Manny over there on the right side, and they still almost hit it through the hole. Gregg runs it down, picks it up, and he gets it to the backstop. Snappers look like geniuses out there right now, Trench.
Yeah, Brandon Gregg kind of kneeled into that throw. He thought he might have turfed it right there. He's like, ugh. But he does get the out as Cody up to bat. This is their last shot. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Taylor had a tough time with that ball, but he was able to get a palm on it and knock it down. And as you see Gregg throw that slider bearing into the ground, and Night Owls not patient enough here, down to their final strike of the night. It's a good one, too. A high slider. Giordano swings through it. Brandon Gregg goes 6. Snappers find a way to win the series, Trench.
Hey,
Woo!
what's their record now?
You said 8-16 to start the night. That was 100% correct? I never corrected you on that.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were 7-17. You said 8-16.
I'll look right now.
All right. Oh, you might be right.
They were. Oh. The Snappers were
8-16, so that makes them 10-17 now. Back to some respectable
and the
status.
Owls will be 13
and 14.
And 15. 13 and 14. Wow.
The middle of this league is just gathering right now, and there's going to be a fight for like 4th and 5th place. It's going to be all gathered up around 500, and who can make that run at the end of the season?
I mean, we still have the Cajuns versus the Vaders tomorrow, but 1st and 2nd are kind of stuck there. And then you have Cajuns 13-11, Sand Vipers 14-13, Legends 14-13, Bombers 14-13. The Owls will now be 13 and 14. Snappers will be 10 and 17, and then your Lightning and Warbirds are 9 and 18. So everybody's kind of doing some battles. There's a whole half season left after tomorrow's games. Who do we want in the booth? There's a big poll.
So as the Lightning in last place, we are basically only 4 games behind 3rd place.
Yes.
So just one hot, month, and we could turn 9th or 10th into 4th or 5th.
This is one of our closest polls ever. Who do we want in the booth?
Yeah, usually it's pretty clear.
Brandon Gregg
Let's get
took
your
a little
votes
bit of a
in,
lead.
guys.
What do you guys think of that series of the Snappers versus the Night Owls tomorrow night? Big. You know what? No, because if somebody got traded, would they be able to play
Yes.
tomorrow?
Yes, they would be.
But we would see them on the field prior to
So who's
the
playing tomorrow
announcement.
again? Cajuns, Vaders?
So they're not involved. Otherwise, I'm telling you, it's going to be like the Warbirds,
So it's
Vipers.
Okay, so if it's not Cajuns, it's not Lightning, it's not Legends, it's not Bombers, and it's not, who else is playing tomorrow again? Cajuns, Vaders. So if it's not Vaders, that only leaves Warbirds, Vipers.
Who else is there? Brandon Gregg.
You want it? You want me to take it?
Go ahead, Chad.
You want me to take it?
I'm sorry, chat. Get in there, Brandon Gregg. You're with the sparkles now.
You have to be so loud when you put that down, Trench, all the time. Be nice to the viewers' ears. Brandon Gregg, how are you, man?
Doing well, man. How we doing?
Great, man. First time in the booth?
No, I guess this year, yeah.
This year, all right. All right. That's That's your first career complete game, I believe.
That was, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got that off my chest.
Yeah, you kind of had the Dodos thing going on where you couldn't really, it was a couple innings, then it was a few innings, and then 4 or 5 innings, but this time you were able to get it all the way done, and you finished it off, man.
I really feel like I'm getting around to it. Definitely just getting out there practicing every day and just getting the job done, man. You know, got to do what you can for your team.
So you come up there with a guy on in the 4th inning, and you guys were up 2-0. Pretty big 2-run home run you hit for that triple. I'm sorry. We called that a home run, man.
I thought it was a home run, too. I'm rounding third, thinking that it went over, and everyone's telling me otherwise. I was livid in the dugout right there.
I guess he trapped the ball up against the wall. It was a little weird, I guess, because me and Trench wouldn't admit it. He thought it was a home run, but we both saw it go over the fence. So
I thought the same thing.
Same effect. You guys got 2 runs home. It was all you needed to lock things up tonight.
Exactly.
I think you guys were slightly underdogs to coming into the series tonight. You've really struggled with the offense. How's the team chemistry down there? You guys think you can find some offense here?
Yeah, you know, I think our lineup's pretty set. Who comes in and comes out. Hopefully we don't have any more injuries, right? But I mean, it's just kind of getting the ball rolling, taking it one game at a time. We know next series is going to be a big series for us, and this is definitely our first time having to rely on other teams to get where we need to be. But as long as we just keep our head down and do the grind, we'll definitely get the job done.
Yeah, I've kind of coined this part of the season "Life After Weber" for the Snappers, and he's such a force out there, all 3 phases of the game, and you don't realize kind of what's gone until it's gone. And
not even. But honestly, him coming out kind of helped me to be able to step up, you know, because I really do have a passion for this game. And when I knew he was going out in the middle of the season, so I know how to do something, make my critiques, fix it up, and as you can see, it's showing out.
Yeah, it's very incredible how one person can really produce out here and really separate and make a difference. And we've seen it for 4 seasons where one player wins games for teams out here, and if you're not careful,
it can be a stretch for sure.
And once you put 3 or 4 guys in that lineup that can win the game for you, now there's nowhere for that pitching staff to go, and you got to end up coming after guys like Briner and maybe yourself, hopefully, picking the notch up, getting that average up a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I want to sit at the end of the year. I want to sit around 250 too.
250, guys. That's what this guy's looking for. 250. That's how tough this league is. This is an average plus hitter in this league right here, and he's hoping to hit 250. So this is a tough league, and it's growing every day. Players are getting better, and major leaguers are coming out, and minor leaguers are coming out.
Yes, it's getting intimidating a little bit, but you just know you got to practice every day to stay with them for sure.
That's great, Brandon. We got great to have you up here, man. Great Snappers win. We'll see you later, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. See you later, guys.
Everybody give it up for Brandon Gregg there. Great night on the field. Basically won Game 3 all by himself. 2-run home run there. Give his team some separation. His first career complete game, able to get all the way through that game. Brandon Gregg, what do you think about Brandon, Trench?
I've always loved Brandon. I've always known that if he could be on his game, he's one of the nastier pitchers, and I knew when he played a week ago against the Legends as well, he could be a top-tier guy, no doubt. He showcased it right there.
Snappers really slow start to the night tonight. They no runs in the first 8 innings or 9 innings. And they finally broke through there.
I was talking to Taylor just a second ago, and he was saying, like, Trench, listen, before this game, he goes, we were only 5 games out from, like, 3rd or 4th place or something like that. He goes, we got a half season left. Going to keep working with the guys. He feels confident that he thinks he can make the playoffs.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that these Snappers are confident. Even when they're when the Night Owls were kind of in that slump and they couldn't score runs, they kind of lost their confidence. But this Snappers team, win or lose, you don't see them hanging their heads out there at all. They play through these games. They play all the way to the end, and they never give up. They are a 3-time defending final representative. They've been in the finals all 3 seasons. And they're going to look to make a run here. It's wide open still, as we've noted. 3rd place is barely above 500 right now.
I was also talking a second ago to Adam Tannick, and he said very, in capital letters, big names moving tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in. Vaders versus the Cajuns. That should be a good one. Make sure you come in at 6 o'clock. Chad Phillips,
Thanks,
always a pleasure.
Trench.
I thought we did good, and look at that. PLW hottie. Rocking that tomorrow night. Vaders, Cajuns, 6 o'clock. I'm Trench Picone. That's Chad Sparkle Phillips. I hope you guys enjoy the show. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Love it, boys.
She don't care.
I love it.
That was definitely a weird. My turtles again.
Go get him. What's it, Prissy or whatever the name is? Get out of here.